Well, a very good morning and welcome back to Tashkent. It's day 2 of the Tashkent Grand-Prix, and it's a very good, good morning still. We've got 10 minutes, it's 10 to 12. So a very good morning to Neil Adams. Good morning, Neil.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Day 2, here we go again.
We're not going to try and con anybody. It wasn't the best day yesterday. The groups aren't that big. We haven't got the same kind of quality that we have, and yet we could pick out 2 or 3 absolutely banging techniques yesterday.
And one or two surprises, but I think the thing for me that stood out yesterday, and it did do last year as well, is just the style of, and it's almost like an Eastern Bloc style of judo, and a lot of wrestling styles in there in the mix, but spectacular stuff. Some, when it was spectacular, it was spectacular. 1 or 2 boring fights, but some great stuff in there as well.
Bettina Tamelkova yesterday in the under 52 kilo category from Israel.
Yeah,
she knocked over a couple, didn't she?
Wow, didn't she do well? I mean, that was amazing. Amazing performance. Great technique to finish it all off. And I thought that she's a real find, and just 20 years of age. I think that she's one for the future for sure.
And then Anna Borovska as well. She also threw beautifully yesterday.
Yeah, and again, that's exactly what we want to see, isn't it? We want to see them going out there, looking for the ippon and looking for the big score, not looking for the penalties. And that's the way we're commentating now. That's the way the referees are definitely refereeing as well, towards the score, not towards the penalty.
And then finally, I want to mention Dmitry Minkov of Belarus, who came up with a nice performance yesterday. 4 fights, 3 ippons on his way to that gold medal in the under 66 kilo category. Impressive for a young man in his first gold medal winning performance in an IJF Judo World Tour event. But that was all yesterday. We've got 4 weight categories to bring for you today: 63 and 70. The under 63 and the under 70 kilo categories for women, and for men it's the under 73 and under 81 kilo category. We're going to begin by taking a look at the top 4 seeds, if I can manage that, in each of those weight categories, and then we'll see if there's someone outside of that top 4 that we want to pick out as someone to look for. And we're going to start with the under 63 kilo category. The number 1 seed is Kathrin Unterwürzacher of Austria. The number 2 seed is Andrea Leszki of Slovenia. The number 3 seed is Daria Davidova of Russia. And the number 4 seed is her teammate Ekaterina Valkova. So those are the top 4. Somebody else in there want to have a look at?
No, I think the Russians are probably in there. They're having a little sort out, I think. So they're going to be there. Unterwürzacher, of course, for me, the favourite. And just looking down now, the Russians, I think, will be a real handful, and I think it will be them, Unterwürzacher, at the end. This
is a good little category, and I'll tell you why. I hadn't noticed this before. Gibran Khan delayed our arrival here by half an hour, so I put it down to him. Karolina Talak is from Poland. Nothing to write home about. However, the Polish fighters are having a good tournament. It's catching, isn't it?
Yeah, but not only are they having a good tournament, you can tell as well, some of the teams that are all training together, Slovenian teams in there, the Russian teams, the ones that are training together, they got that extra little bit of a buzz together. And like you say, I think she'll try and carry it off as well.
The difficulty for Talak is that she's got a first round contest against Catherine Beauchemin-Pinard of Canada. So that's a tough one.
Yeah.
And even if she wins that, it's Kathrin Unterwürzacher next round. So that's just in Pool A. Down in Pool B, Vivian Herrmann of Germany, useful competitor. Down in Pool C, Hannah Martin has been around for a lot. Happy, she got married recently. Good luck to her. Rotem Shor from Israel, another country that's been performing well here. And down at the bottom, they're Busra Katapoglu of Turkey. So it's not a bad little group.
No, it's going to be interesting.
Right, that is the... We still got time. We've only done 1 weight category. I thought we were going to struggle here. Right, let's have a look. We'll try and do it off these sheets there. Number 1 seed, Anka Pogacnik of Slovenia. Number 2 seed, Gershak Sabina of Hungary. The number 3 seed, for me, is really one to watch because she's fighting at home, called Noza Martiniazova. You know, she's very, very useful. And then Roxanne Taymans of Belgium is the number 4 seed. See if you can dig someone out from that
Emily
group.
Sukes, I was just looking at, because she fought for a medal just last week in
Don't
Zagreb.
say Emily Suk, I'll be embarrassed.
And so, yeah, she's going to be there. She's going to feel confident. She'll have Roxanne Taymans in the quarterfinal stage. So I think that, Megan Fletcher down at the bottom there representing Ireland as well. I think she's got a tough one there with Kreva of Russia, but I think that she could upset a few there to get through.
Yeah,
She'll have to get through the first round because they've got to get through to the quarterfinals to stand any chance of medaling.
Okay, the under 73 kilo category. The number 1 seed is the home favourite, Gyozjan Boboyev of Uzbekistan. The number 2 seed, Jansei Smagolov of Kazakhstan. The number 3 seed, Mirzohid Farmonov of Uzbekistan. And the number 4 seed, Martin Hojak of Slovenia. Any
No, I think we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty, aren't we, fairly quickly with that under 73. Those 4, I think, are going to be prominent.
Right, we've got one more weight category then. The number 1 seed is Nyamsurin Dagvasurin of Mongolia. The number 2 seed is Jakub Kubienic of Poland. The number 3 seed is Akmal Murodov of Tajikistan. And the number 4 seed is Kamalodin Rasulov of Uzbekistan.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just got to look down the bottom there. Sagimuki, of course, who's moved up from 73 kilograms to 81s, and this is his first outing out at the higher weight category. Watch out for him, because he'll want to come out all guns blazing. And as Sheldon has said, the Israeli team, male and female, just on a roll at the moment. They've obviously all been training very, very hard together, and look out for them. Look out for Mookie in under 81s. He might just cause an upset. Yeah,
Bolta Boyev, I suppose, in there. And as you say, Sagimuki moving up, 81. It's a tricky one. I'm just trying to think who from 73 has moved up to 81 and made a mark. For me, there are lightweights, 60, 66. And then 73 kilo category I'd describe as being a light middleweight.
Light middleweight to middleweight is it is a quite a jump. And of course the more from 81 to 90s, of course, then it's 9 kilos. 90s to 100s, it's 10 kilos. It gets more and more. Actually, we were talking about it this morning, weren't we? Actually, the balance is what's different. Balance on the athlete themselves, because they have more body mass, but also the balance and the structural difference of the people. Say, for example, at 90 kilograms, 81 kilograms as well, taller, slightly different levers, and everything about it needs adjustment. And so it was a little discussion we were having, wasn't it?
An interesting one, yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting one.
Well, we're going to start by taking a look at the contests in the under 81 kilo category. It's down on mat number 2. The opening contest there is Jakub Kubienic of Poland. He faces Alisher Hudai-Berdiev of Uzbekistan. It's Kubienic in the white judogi, Hudai-Berdiev in blue. There you go.
And just to point out that you've got 2 mats to choose from, so you can come on to this particular mat. We're on mat 2 to start with, and if you want our commentary. And 2 Polish in the under 81 kilos category. Damian Stepian is on mat 1, but you are now on mat 2 with us.
Sport for choice, the Polish fans at home, aren't they?
They really are.
Damian Stepian on mat 2, and both Poles have drawn Uzbek fighters.
Don't know what's happened here. Straight away, the referee has had to stop the match, so well, they're giving them a chance to carry on. I'm glad about that. Just 10 seconds into that. Don't know what went wrong there.
False stoppage.
It was.
There's false attack and then there's false stoppage. That was all right. The little preview this morning, wasn't it? I was a little bit flustered because we were delayed, as I say, by Gibran Khan. I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
You know,
professionals, mate. Professionals.
Yeah, you know, he's a good lad. He just.
So a little bit of nerves, I think, you know, from a lot of these fighters. The first time we're seeing a lot of fighters out for the first time in Grand Prix, Grand Slam tournaments at the moment, and that's the thing about qualification. Early part of the qualification, which is the first part of the 4-year process, the first 2 years, and we see a lot of people or countries putting athletes out, just seeing if they're of the level, and then they start to accumulate points, and if they do accumulate points, they go into the second part of the qualification, which is the second 2 years leading up to an Olympic Games, because they've got to qualify for the Olympic Games through world qualification in each category. Top 22 in each weight category, men and women, go automatically, and then there's a few different ones that can qualify outside of that.
It's an interesting period when nations are trying to identify who the likely who they are likely to send to a games. Their thoughts on that may differ from the various competitors, because the nation is trying to identify one with a backup, whereas the competitor is just trying to identify themselves. They're not bothered about backup.
No, of course
they're only concerned about getting themselves to that goal. How they go about it, well, herein lies the difficulty. You've got a competitor who thinks, I'm going to go to these tournaments, this is my pathway, this is how my coach and I believe that we can best prepare for that event. And then you may have a national setup that has a different idea about how they get them there.
Yeah, often, I mean, they'll choose certain events. It's very expensive to send their athletes and big teams to a lot of the events. So sometimes they'll select certain events that they feel that they can get results at. And of course then, as they go up the world rankings, then they get better seeding at the events, which gives them better chances. So it's kind of a catch-22 situation.
Talking about catch.
Looking for the Newaza, we saw some good transitions into Newaza, especially at 48 kilograms yesterday.
Monkbat,
Monkbat was
super,
terrific,
super.
Absolutely super, and nice to see that. The referee's allowing it to carry on as well, giving plenty of time.
That, for me, has been one of the biggest changes in the last 10, 15 years. There has been a gradual move and a realization that whilst we are looking for the spectacular, the drama that you get from big throws, a huge part of our sport is done on the ground. And unless we encourage that, unless we allow that and recognize it, you know, it will quickly disappear. So it's been nice to see that gradual move. It's taken a long time.
Well, it was one of my relations actually that said to me, actually during a conversation, and they said, so you can win 3 ways on the ground then?
Yeah.
Somebody who didn't know anything about judo, right?
Yeah.
But the obvious thing was that you can win by 3 different ways on the ground, one standing.
Yeah. So where are you going to put your money?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, you know, a little bit silly if you don't have it 50-50 at least.
Yes, as you say, at least, yeah.
So again, transition there, looking for the groundwork. One Shido on the board there. Hadaberdiev knows he's got to come forward, and he is coming forward, trying to get the arm over, but both getting tired quite quickly. Like I say, that's a little bit of nerves. So into golden score, first contest up, and we've got a golden score. We didn't see a golden score for a little while yesterday. Then we saw a few. So let's hope it speeds up as we go through. Right-handed, both of these fighters. So it's going to be a second penalty, is it? I think might be. Yeah, second penalty goes to the Uzbek fighter. Hudiberdiev then gets a second penalty, and that penalty is going to mean that he's going to lose the match.
Careless, that was.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's just not knowing the rules as well as they should, which is a bit unfortunate. Kubinic goes through.
Nedim Bayat, the Turkish referee, just making sure that all the niceties are completed properly. Just asking Hudiberdiev to tidy himself properly and make sure he bows properly, which then he does himself. A tidy finish. Right, coming on to mat number 1, just before the two fighters. Mat number 2 is Cho Min-sun. There she is in the shot, the referee from Republic of Korea.
Yes, done a little bit herself. A world Olympic champion and different weights world champion.
She ended up fighting at 4 different weights: 48, 52, 61 as it was at the time, and then I think at 63.
Yes. So a little bit of pedigree out there, refereeing that match.
Right. Once they tidy up the scoreboard, we will have. They're doing that now. We've got the next pair coming up. Fagan Gulozada of Azerbaijan faces Wahid Yusufzai of Afghanistan. I'll have to speak to Mr. Yusufzai and ask him if that's how he pronounces his name, given that they were asking me about Dmitry Minkov yesterday. Right. And the only reason that I knew that it was Minkov and not Minkau or Minku or whatever it was that other people were trying to persuade me it was, is because I interviewed him, didn't I? You did. Went down there myself.
Yeah.
Straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
And
he said, you not speak English. He's a really, really nice guy. And having said he doesn't speak English, we then had the full interview.
Yeah, still communicated.
And we got that out of him. And he also said, I said Minku, and I said Minkov. I wrote it down. And then our chap came and checked it this morning. He said, is that how you say it? I said, well, that's how he said it. I tend to go with him. Anyway, it's Gulozada in the white judogi.
Yusufzai just stepped out there, just walked out the area, wasn't even aware of where it was.
Getting pulled about here, isn't he?
Gulozada just needs to throw an attack in. Let's see some attacks. Let's start it all off.
The coach for Azerbaijan, his nickname is Azza, which is handy, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
So I shall ask Azza about their policy on hairstyles, because it won't be long before Gulozada's got to have that tied back.
Probably not. Well, no real attack was there by Gulozada, and there's a second penalty that has to be given to Yusufzai, and you got to think, well, there hasn't been one attack thrown in yet from either fighter.
I can't remember who. I think it was the Finnish boy that I spoke to in the under 60 kilo category when we had the World Championships. Well, where were we in Kazakhstan? Was it Almaty? Mr. Matthias will tell us that it was there. I'm sure it was. Did we go to Almaty one year for these World Championships? And he came out, and at that time it was 3 shidos and then the 4th for Hans Sakumake, and he picked up 3 shidos, then the 4th for Hans Sakumake, and I thought, in 2.5 minutes, I put the headphones down and I went back to the warm-up area, and at the risk of a smack, I said to him, what on earth were you thinking about? What was that? What have you just offered up. That was nothing.
What did they say?
I got a smack. No, no. He said no. I just couldn't manage it today. I gripped up and
Uchimata.
Oh,
My
lovely
goodness.
finish.
Well, he was setting that up. Sorry to just stop that mid-sentence, but he was about 6 foot into the air then. That was a huge Uchimata. I'm not sure in the early stages here whether we're going to get some replays. It would be amazing to see that. Yes, we are going to get
Chiefs
replays.
on it, look. Ooh.
Oh! And that support leg there was absolutely central. Beautifully taken, that Uchimata. Definitely.
Wasn't that? Look at the way Gulzama lands here. He knows he's thrown him. He has a second push, doesn't he, to get off him?
Well, this is your prime example here as well, where he's not landing absolutely on the points of his shoulders, but it was so controlled, so beautifully taken that has to be an Ippon.
And he gets off him. He doesn't want to land on him. He actually throws himself to avoid smacking him. As I says, next week they're going to give him a haircut. Next week.
Oh, it was beautifully taken. That
really was lovely. Yeah. Right, Akmal Murodov of Tajikistan is up on the mat now, and he's up against Sharafuddin Boltaboyev. I think it's Sharafuddin. Maybe I've lengthened his name unnecessarily. Let's see what it is.
Oh, look at that. Yoko Otoshi there. Boltaboyev just straight there for the shimiwaza as well, and he's had to really turn inside there. Murodov there in all sorts of trouble. Beautiful Yoko Satemiwaza, it really was. And now he might just find himself on his back in trouble with the Tatshiyoku Tama if he can just pull it on top. Oh, he just manages to get out.
He almost looked up at the referee as though this is going to be Osai Komi, and as he did that, he got turned.
Managed to get out, didn't he? Well, I think we're going to see some bigger scores here as well.
Just in general today, or in this
I think
contest.
In this particular match, Murodov there looking to get the arm over the top, and he's got to be careful because this man here, Boltaboyev, just wants to throw for Ippon. Now trying to get back onto his back as well for the Tatshiyoku Tama. Yeah, leaving the neck open and the arms are open as well.
He's had to tap there. I was going to say there was a shimiwaza opportunity there. Why would you miss out?
So did Jimmy, and it was a beautifully executed so did Jimmy. That was a nice bit of groundwork there.
Yeah.
What a technique that was.
He actually got to the party in Newaza a little bit late because I was signalling to Neil, there's a shimiwaza, why has he left it? He went back to the attempted turnover, and then it looked as though he realised and thought, hang on a minute, save myself the trouble, just put the shimiwaza on. So did Jimmy. Finished Murodov's day early. Akmal Murodov losing out to Boltaboyev, and a very popular winner is Boltaboyev locally. Now we're going to get to see Sagimuki for the first time.
Yeah, well, watch out for this because it will be interesting because we had a really good discussion about people going up weights, and the actual discussion was about heavyweight division actually, wasn't it? Yeah. And how they have to cope with going from 100 kilos to 135 plus. And totally different balance. Let's see how Sagimuki does here. Sagimuki of Israel is in white here.
He's up against Gagik Sakarian of Russia in the blue judogi.
Yeah, it doesn't always work just because you've had to diet a lot to lose weight to get down to the lower weight category. If you're stuck halfway and in between, it can make a massive difference. He can go left and right, Sagimuki, Got a bit of a test though with the Russian first match in under 81 kilograms. Oh, Saragari! Massive advantage going left and right. He's going left and right, Osoto. So the Russian straight away says, which way are you coming? So the Russian gets a Shido penalty up there, not attacking. Zakarian will have to get onto the pace. Well, I think Muki can feel the danger a little bit as well, as Zakarian just ready to explode underneath. Hasn't done anything yet. Well, still not any big attack from either one. Now it is Sorisore Komigoshi. Just manages to stay on his front there, Zakarian.
First round for women under 63
They've got such a depth in the under 81 kilos category, the Russians. First time I've seen Zakarian, has to be said. That Sodi is so close from Sagimuki. Second Shido goes up to Zakarian. And like I say, just not on the pace at all. Needs to just up the ante, take the fight to Muki. He can feel the danger, of course. So into the last minute now. So one of those Shidos was taken off. Tries the Seanagi now, Zakarian. Well, we're only showing one Shido on our board. On the television, but just looking on the big screen actually on the scoreboard, there's two Shidos up there for Zakarian.
He's also got another minute and a half to go as far as we're concerned. Yeah, just slightly off there. Well, we'll tidy that up and then we'll bring you that caption again. I think that's probably the best way. 18 seconds actually are left to go. 2 penalties up against Zakarian, but it could be that it's
might
all
just
over.
Be all over, yeah. Zakarian never got into it, so Sagimuki goes through to the next round. And we see that quite a lot, don't we, with people coming in not used to the pace of the new rules, and getting the pace right and getting on the pace is very important, because otherwise you can receive a Shido for just not attacking at the right time.
Well, it's early days, and to help the Russian coach out, what I might do is I might have a look at that contest in its entirety and see whether there was anything to bellyache about. Andrea Leshki of Slovenia faces Igorim Muratali of Kazakhstan. It's Leshki in the white judogi, Muratali in blue. There you go, it's all tidied up now.
Leshki looking for the hold, and she's got it straight away. The Sangaku, we've seen so often, we've seen that Sangaku turn, haven't we, into the hold down there. Just so easy, and Muratali of Kazakhstan just taps out. Very tight, very easy there. So Leshki will go through to the last 8. And we're just about to see Hannah Martin, newly married, and just about to come out for her first round match against Adilova of Uzbekistan. Martin in white. Zanigor Adilova in blue. Straight away onto the sleeve, Martin. Now he needs to use it. Straight away into the attack, Newaza. Didn't quite have the arm there, did she? A good attacking start for Hannah Martin of the USA. Likes the Ouchi, and then Ouchi into the Uchimata as well. Oh, Sotogari! Well, and then into the Soto Makikomi, gets a Wazari with it. And 1 score up to Martin. The winner of this goes through to fight Leshki of Slovenia in the quarterfinals. Well, she hasn't really attacked, has she? Adilova struggling to get on into this match. This just might be it. Into the Sangaku Gatami again. Seems to be the vogue technique, especially for the ladies, I think, and just the Sangaku turnover for the triangle strangle, and then just turn it into the hold down. 20 seconds, just needs to hold it for the full 20 seconds there, and we can see it just counting up on the scoreboard. So a good win for Hannah Martin, puts her through to fight Leshki of Slovenia in the quarterfinals. Well, we seem to be rattling through this.
Yeah, we've got more big scores today, haven't we, so far? Slightly smaller numbers, just slightly smaller, but that's going to make for a shorter day.
In white judogi for Russia, Daria Davidova. In blue judogi for Israel, Rotem Shor.
Davidova of Russia against Rotem Shor of Israel. Israeli team absolutely flying at this tournament.
There's a little bit of room in the under 63 kilo category in Israel now, isn't there? You were telling me yesterday.
Well, yeah. Yaden Gerbi, of course, just retired from competition after an illustrious career. World champion, world silvers, Olympic medal, and, well, just a great champion, great person and a great champion. Always difficult to know when to stop, because it's a little bit like like a drug. It's a high. You want the high, and you want to keep it, want to maintain it. But of course, It's one of those things that you try and be as consistent as you possibly can, but can't always maintain it.
Perhaps he's got other fish to fry.
Absolutely different direction. So left against right here. Davidova left, Shaw right. So both of them got to be a little bit careful of the Sakeshi, which is the counter to anything that attacks that front leg. Oh, nice Kouchi, that's going to score. Shaw will get the Wazari. Davidova of Russia gets the Wazari. Now can she tie up top half? Right on the edge here, so it'll have to be progressive. Have to be positive and progressive. So the Russian dominating the grip here, sleeve and lapel. High over the neck, looking for the Uchimata. Can't stay too long. Both looking for the Uchimata, one on the right, one on the left. Well, tried the Taniotoshi there, the Russian. Almost had it countered by Shaw. Shaw didn't quite get the direction from the hands that would have given her the score. Now, something might happen here. Starting to really get back into this match, Rotem Shaw of Israel. And the Russian,
she's not happy.
No, she just hurt herself on the way down there yesterday, just then.
Oh, on the stomach. I wonder what that was then.
Well, I think she might have landed just on an arm or something, so something wasn't quite right.
Winded, appears to be. Certainly, as soon as she went down, gave every impression of being uncomfortable.
Yeah, she was. Got to gather it together now. 1.5 minutes to go here, and certainly Shaw coming back into this match. It's not over yet. Davidova, well, she can't sit on that score. 2 feet went out there from Shaw. She just walked out. 2 feet go out. It's got to be a penalty. Yeah, and she gets it.
Spotted that.
So close there. Davidova now fires back with a technique. Shaw lands on her front. Into the last minutes. So 45 seconds of this contest. First round of the under 63 kilos category. Davidova just ahead with one Wazari. Ochigari. But Rotem Shaw not giving up. Very close there with that Sumage. She left herself in trouble. The Russian will just want to waste a little bit of time down there. As long as it's progressive, the referee will allow it to carry on. Got to give them time to build. 14 seconds. The Russian will get a penalty now for dropping on their knees. Won't make any difference though. 7 seconds to go. 2 feet out. It's got to be a penalty. She just walked out there, the Russian. So that'll be a second one to her. Just backing away now. And we've seen it a couple of times, haven't we, Sheldon, now, where they purposely run. And there was a situation where, well, for me,
yesterday,
I think it might have been a good idea to make an example of it, to stop the running, and this is the exact reason why. Last 30 seconds, they're just running away. They're not standing there to fight.
I tell you who is very sharp on it, that is quite aware of the need to make a statement and even consider some kind of ruling on it, although I think it would be difficult to make a specific rule change. But Daniel Lascaux, I know, really looks at this. And if you give the impression that you don't want to fight, you are going to, get done.
And that's the only way. The only way is to punish it.
What I don't want to do is to sound as though I'm protecting the fighters who are backing off here. What I'm going to try to do is to balance this up with the way that our rules work and the way that rules work in other sports. Let's say that you are Wycombe Wanderers and you score a goal in the FA Cup, 5th round against Chelsea. You've got 11 men on the goal line now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because you want to protect this. Is it wrong to defend your lead and to remove your forwards from attacking positions?
Yeah, no, I believe that you can have attack and defence, and there's nothing wrong with defence as long as it's positive. And there's a difference between positive and negative defence. I mean, you can have somebody literally turn on their heels and run away from you.
Yeah,
right? And that's slightly different than standing your ground and just being protective and not wanting to do anything wrong.
So the only other thing is that how do we then identify this? Look at the clock, and then the weakest of false attacks.
Well, they have to fulfil criteria. That's
right. But we've got a penalty for when they fail, and that's a Shido. We've got a penalty for when they step out. That's a Shido.
Yes.
We've got a penalty for avoiding to take a grip. That's a Shido. And if they burn 2 Shidos, the only way they can win, first of all, is to have a positive score. You have to have a positive score first, don't you? So when you have your positive score, if you then look at the clock, you realise you've got 17 seconds and you burn these 2 Shidos, and we know full well that wasn't a proper attack, and we know full well that that's a step out. What do we do? Do we say, if you are leading by Wazari and you don't have a Shido, and you pick up 2 Shidos within a certain time, then you get a third? I mean, it's so tricky.
Yeah, no, it is tricky, isn't it? I think, again, like I say, I think they have to, if they're backtracking, then they still have to attack within the allotted time. Yeah. And it still has to have full rotation, and it still needs to break balance. And I think that if you're grip fighting, if you're just avoiding and stopping the other person gripping you, then that's different than taking a grip, dominating, and still attacking within an allotted time. And it might not necessarily mean that you're taking big chances to score Ippon, but it's a defensive play rather than an attacking play, but you're still attacking. What you can't do is literally run outside of the area.
Well, the only thing there is that if you do, we have a penalty for that.
Should do.
We've got a penalty for when you run out of the area.
But yesterday we saw a situation where it was adjudged to have had been just 1 foot in, and not 2 foot. So I understood that, and so we accepted that. But the thing is that we can't have them running out. So we just need to be strong with it, and I think we need to be strong with the penalty. If if it arises. If we have somebody running out or backtracking and it's so apparent, so obvious, then we must be strong with it.
Or do you mean stronger?
Stronger.
Ah, okay. Right.
That's my opinion anyway. That's my professional opinion. We haven't said anything about the fight here.
Busra Katipoglu of Turkey. We mentioned her at the beginning. I'm just going to make sure that we give her opponent her proper due and mention her full name. It's perfectly possible that we may not mention it later on, so we better do it now. Mukhayo Ibragimova of Uzbekistan. That's the opponent facing Busra Katipoglu of Turkey in the white judogi, and Mukhayo Ibragimova in blue.
Yeah, 2 shidos down, Ibragimova, and needs a score on the board, which she could possibly still get here. Now what's going to happen? No, she doesn't, and it's... Well, it was a Wazari directly into the hold down. Only 8 seconds left on the clock. So we joined the fight just at the right time.
She had to go for it, didn't she?
Yeah, Katipoglu took advantage. And there's a prime example of somebody who was backtracking as a defensive action, but used the momentum of Ibragimova against her by rotating through and actually made a positive out of the negative in order to score. Wazari scored, and then now an Ippon for the 20 seconds.
Busra Katipoglu had a serious knee injury a few years ago, and that seriously affected her. I don't know, there was an aggression that she had, and a kind of, you know, there was a future for her that changed after that injury. It was such a shame. You know, she looked like a terrific prospect, and that knee injury, it was a serious setback. So, you know, once in a while she'll come up with a reasonable result, but she's not the same fighter. All right, who have we got coming up next?
Say, why don't we just go up onto mat 1, have a look at Telemen Valiev against Shevchenko of Russia, and just have a look.
Got there a little bit too late.
Just all over.
Yeah, Ramzadin Saidov has brought it to an end. the big fella. He's become a favourite very, very quickly, as Saidov. I'm not going to say that he was a favourite when he was on the mat. You know, he was there or thereabouts. He's a good player and everything, but he's taken to refereeing like a duck to water, hasn't he? He loves it.
No, he does. He's having a great time with it. Nice to see. I asked him this morning, I said, how are you doing with it? He said, great.
Yeah, he is.
Like it.
I can only remember one other referee who, on their first appearance at IJF Grand-Prix, ended up refereeing a final. I can only remember one. So it takes a little bit of time to get into
last week.
And that was the one.
Yeah.
That was her.
Yeah.
But for me, that was
and
no
she refereed too.
surprise. Absolutely. And a bronze medal match as well. Right, here we go with the first contest in Pool B of the under 73 kilo category. First round contest between the number 4 seed Martin Hojak of Slovenia. He faces Nursultan Issa of Kazakhstan. It's Hojak in the white judogi, Issa in blue.
Left against right, but got the sleeve it up. He has the sleeve. Well, certainly it's up to Issa now to attack. He's got to attack at some stage. Saying that, it's Hojak that gets the penalty.
going to be a short day, Mr. Adams.
I think it might be. I think they're going through quite quickly. Already we're almost through to the quarter-final stages.
I'm going to do us a favour and arrange our own bus. Two penalties picked up by Hojak. This is not the tidiest of outings for him, and we've got 2.5 minutes left to go. You know this one's not going the distance.
Well, I don't think it is, no. And right at the beginning there, we see that just wasn't on the pace. And when you pick up Shidos, of course, with the 3, it makes such a difference. I was talking to a few of the athletes about how they like the 3 Shidos, and they said that it makes a huge difference to them. And my reply to that was, it shouldn't. If you get on the pace, all it does, it changes the pace of the contest. And it just revs it up a little bit, and it just a slightly faster pace. And if you're not on that, then you get penalised.
It's like driving. Everybody likes to, go at a certain tempo, but when you get on the motorway, it's not 35 or 40 miles an hour any longer.
Well, no, who are the ones that nearly cause the accidents? It's true, it's the ones that do 35 miles an hour, where you can do 70. Sumigaeshi attacked by Hojak then.
Yeah, it wasn't going to score because he put him onto his front anyway. But it looked interesting, didn't it? As Hojak brought him over here. Over. 1:22 left to go. Minute to go. I'm surprised it's gone this far, because at 2.5 minutes left to go, they'd already had 3 penalties. Two up for Hojak and 1 to Issa, but they've
Well, this is exactly, isn't it, what we don't want to see, really. We don't want to see it decided on penalties.
No.
We want to see them opening up and trying to throw. And one of the problems, they've got a massive problem on the sleeve there. I was just about to say, you need to switch it up then. And tried the Seanagi there. No-handed Jujigatami attempt there.
That's an interesting one.
Yes,
I'd love to have seen how that was going to work out.
I have no idea how that works out. I wanted to show me that.
You thought you'd seen all entries into Jujigatami.
No, well, normally we kind of latch onto the arm as well.
That was a new one.
So it goes into golden score then.
Beyond belief.
Yeah. And the referee starts it straight up again. Mr. Okada there in the middle. Having to attack almost one-handed for a lot of their techniques because they can't get the sleeve. There's the Sumigaeshi switch again by Hojak.
It was the right idea, that little Yoko Sutemi but it just was poorly executed. And Neil's point about this one-hand battle that they've got involved in, it's unattractive. It looks untidy. It looks sloppy.
Not enough control of the upper part of the body. You need 2 hands on. Keep going back to my discussion, or I saw the interview with Mr. Abe. He said, I throw when I have 2 hands on. I want 2 hands on. And either way, whether it's traditional grip or whether it's a cross grip, hand over the back, or whether you go off the belt, whether you do your techniques like the great Ilias Iliadis there, where he does, takes the belt, surigoshes and ogoshes, but you need 2 hands on, really, to control it. Unless you are Very special.
Superman.
Mr. Koga there, who had a very good one-handed technique. Second penalty up to Issa. So Issa was the one that did the... I don't know. I didn't think that was quite right there. I think it was for knocking off, was it? Was that what it was for? I thought it was because he was the one that did the attack there.
Yeah, he was. Just prior to that, he'd just taken the hand and hit it away. Yeah.
You can't do that. Yeah. Referee absolutely right. Now something's going to happen. Now it's going to happen. Ko Soto, and it's... well, was Harry given there? I thought that was an ippon. It was pretty flat on his back. It doesn't make any difference, but it was always going to happen, wasn't it?
There's if you can lip read Russian, I think it was, that came out, you'll know what Issa thought of that finish. It reminds me of Claudia Malzahn, who on a couple of occasions was shown giving her opinion on techniques that ended with her, having ippon against her.
The referee wants them to bow off.
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely, we have to bow on, bow off.
Part of it, yeah.
Well, we're going to see that back in slow motion. It would be delightful if we did.
We'd also have a look at the lip reading possibility, which I thought was amusing. Can't even begin to tell you what it was that he said, but
we're going to see it.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. He's Chief's doing it now. In the meantime,
here we are.
There it is. Yeah, here. Look. Yeah, absolutely. It was clear. Look,
climbing Ko Soto there. Just the way he climbs on top of the opponent there and just throws the hips forwards. Good control of the upper part of the body there. Terrific Ko Soto there, well executed, and ippon for me.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. Right, after Hojak has had quite a long battle with Issa, ending up with Hojak going into the quarter-final, we've now got Beruzi Hojazoda of Tajikistan to face Jahongir Alimadonov of Uzbekistan. Hojazoda in the white judogi, Alimadonov in blue.
Hojazoda looking for the Yoko Satami again now. Let's have a look at whether he does the forward roll. Set up for the housing a turn there. Hojazoda. Well, he's going to get penalised, I think, for not trying to grip up. Both are. No, in fact, it goes the other way. Hojazoda doesn't get it. Oh, it is Hojazoda that gets it. Alimadonov, the one that's not really attacking either. I thought it should have gone both ways, personally. Alimadonov has not tried to attack or grip up one time. Just snapping the grips off, and there's an attack, no-handed. He's just snapping the grips off without attacking, and a lot of this reflects on how they must be training at home in the dojo. How often have I seen it that grip fighting in the dojo is about not allowing your opponent to grip up, when actually it should be how to grip up positively and how to attack off it. Grip fighting is not just snapping your opponent's grip off. It's about snapping your opponent's grip off but maintaining your own grip to throw. There's a nice Seoinage there. Judo. Just narrowly ahead here. Can he get round the body of Alimardinov? Nice Sianagi again. Zoda, Tajikistan just ahead on attacks really for me. Still no score on the board though. Sianagi on the left this time. Well, one more penalty. Alimardinov, and he will be finished. He'll be out of this. Certainly, Alimardinov. Oh, he's going to get it on it. That's going to be a Wazari. Alimardinov against the run of play there, because for me, definitely, Tashizoda was the one that was doing the better attacks. Tried to have a little rush in there, didn't he? So, driving technique there, just gets the score. Kouchi it was, then drives him onto his side. First real proper attack that we've seen him do. Alimardinov then, Kouchi, and he's the one that gets the win. Well, it gives us time now. Ayana Debrina of Russia is against Libak Razbaeva of Uzbekistan. Debrina in white, Razbaeva in still round one, the under 70 kilograms category. Experimenting with a lot of new Russian fighters. This Russian team have the possibility to put 2 or 3 in every weight category in if they need to. They send them off to different tournaments. The ones that pick up the points, of course, they get more chances. Ochigari, Razbaeva. Brina now looking for the opening, I think, for the Jujigatami. Hooked in though. for the people listening at home, we have 2 mats, of course. And at the moment, 2 matches in the under 70 kilos category. So opposite ends of the pool. We're on mat number 1 here with Dobrina against Rozbaeva. And if you want commentary from myself and Sheldon, then come on to, well, you might have to follow us around because we'll be just shooting from mat 1 to 2, depending on the matches that we think might be of interest. Almost in the quarter-final stages now. All the matches. All the first round matches anyway, all just work themselves out. One Shido on the board. Rozbaeva knows that she needs to stay focused and she needs to attack. Saying that, sleeve grip there, Dobrina. Now big arm over, tries the Koshiguruma. Well, I'd like to just go over, we're going to just drift over to mat number 2, under 81 kilos category, quarter-final match. Kubinic of Poland here is against Kalazada of Azerbaijan. Kubinic did a beautiful Uchimata in the first round match. Just got that leg so central. The throw of the day so far, without a shadow of a doubt. All the time, you can tell by the grip here, very left-handed and looking for the way in for that Uchimata. There's the Uchimata. Rozada of Azerbaijan, the one that did the Uchimata. So right against left always makes it difficult for the sleeve, and you can see there that Kubinic of Poland there just pulling that sleeve across. We're talking about the possibility of making your opponent passive through the grips. Just by pinning, it's not enough. You can't just pin your partner's grip. You've got to attack off it. Just the same, if you pull your partner's arm across to make it look as if they've got a cross grip, it'll probably be you that gets the penalty. It's got to be positive. So now they have the sleeve. Both have the sleeve. Here we go. Uchimata there from Kubinic. A fairly even match here. Kalazada needs to attack.
First round for women under 70 kilo. In white for Belgium, Roxanne Teymas. In blue for Kazakhstan, Perizat Kadilbekova.
And this one is to go through to the semi-final. So this 81 kilos category getting through fairly quickly.
our commentary position is at one end of the competition hall, where the coaches and athletes who've already fought have to pass us. And if you're not careful and you haven't seen the contest, you don't know what the result is. So when they're walking out, you don't know whether to put your thumbs up and smile or look away and pretend you haven't seen them, you know. On that occasion, the Russian coach was leaving, and his fighter had just won, so
he was fairly happy.
He was happy, yeah. You could see that. Last week, Zirazudin Magomedov was distraught.
He was pretty distraught. I don't think he walked away from a winner, did he? There's the Uchimata again. Oh, it was beautifully. And I mentioned it. You know, I've been waiting for it. He set it up for the first round contest beautifully. That time didn't quite have enough control of the sleeve, and I bet when we see it in slow motion we'll see that in fact he didn't quite have the support leg as central as he did the last time. It scored him a Wazari though here.
It's got a nice shape to that, the whole thing, the movement, everything looks good.
He's got a Taitoshi just zaps across as well, and often they use Taitoshi and the Uchimata together, of course, because as you do the Taitoshi, what they do is they split the legs to prevent the Taitoshi, and then wallop, you go right the way up the middle. That's the theory anyway.
Leads by Wazari. I was just wondering if he's got any Ashiwaza on the other side, so that first movement just freezes them, and then you can.
We haven't seen it over the other flank.
Not yet.
No,
yeah,
it's one of the chinks in the armour there. But yeah, there's the Uchimata again. Beautiful, isn't it? Double stab Uchimata.
He's quick enough. His feet movement are quick enough.
Should be 2 scores up. They've only got 1.
Oh, that was a replay.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
I was going to say it looked just exactly the same, but of course.
Oh, almost took him over there.
He did. Almost.
You know, Kubienic was attacking, put some pressure on, and Gulizada almost turned that into his own effort. I know they're going to bring some. There you go. Look. Oh, that was the first one from the first contest.
Well, isn't it just? It's classic, and here's the second one. So just didn't quite get the lift though, but exactly the same way in.
How old is he? I wonder. I mean, are we looking at a youngster from Azerbaijan and somebody to be looking at for the future as he begins to develop? As you're quite right. That hand, that's the hand that was missing there. Yeah.
Well, he goes through to the semi-final now. First semi-finalist that we've got. Well, this will be an exciting one as well. So we've got another one here. Sharifi Boltabayev of Uzbekistan here against Sagimuki of Israel. 2 big throwers. And I'm going to make a little prediction here. Somebody's going to go for Ippon. Have to make sure that he goes in absolutely 100%. Sagimuki, because Boldabayev has some great counter techniques. He really has. Often I just mention that from the position that I'm in here, in the commentary position, it's easy to say, you know, they should be gripping up, should be attacking. These guys can feel the absolute danger out there. 2 big throwers. As soon as they grip up, they can feel the danger. But I think the one with the most variation here is going to be the one that's going to get the score. Boldabayev just falls down for the Sienagi. Muki. Muki will have to get on the pace. We need an attack from Muki. And Shido each on the board. Can't afford another one, that will spoil it. No hands there. Balabayev will have to make sure that he grips up. They're going to have to commit in a minute. Just a bit wary of each other, these two. Sianagi, that's going to be another penalty there. Balabayev definitely will get it for that. No rotation on the Sianagi whatsoever. Knew he was going to get it. So now, Muki. That was a no-handed attack as well. Just about gets away with it. So Sagimuki definitely finding it a little bit more difficult here to throw in the higher weight category, just having to readjust to the balance. And we were talking about balance and readjustment, and that again is a no-handed attack from Balabayev. One more penalty for Balabayev, don't forget. One more penalty, Balabayev, and he will get disqualified, and we don't want to see it end like that, but certainly Sagimuki finding it more difficult to connect with some of the techniques that we see him do, or we've seen him do in the lighter weight categories.
He's empowered, is Balabayev, by fighting at home as well.
Well, I think it's all over, personally. I think Balabayev is just about to get a third penalty, yes. And I think Sagimuki, that's the second one he's won like that. It's the Cardigan of Russia.
Yeah, he got three.
Opponent, yeah. So it is all over.
Yeah.
And
he hasn't scored yet.
No, he hasn't. That's what I'm saying. He's
in the semi-final.
Yeah, he is.
He's in the semi-final, but you know, it's on occasions when things are difficult that you have to find a way to win. All right, you know, he's had two occasions when fighters have been penalised out of the contest. That's not his fault. You know, if it is that they are making errors, those errors are recorded, and as a result of the recording of those errors, they end up getting Hansoku Make. Hey, so be it.
Like you say, no score yet, but trying to find a way to connect with his technique.
We've got another quarter-final taking place on mat number 2. Andrea Leszki of Slovenia faces Hannah Martin of the United States of America. It's Leszki in the white judogi, Martin in blue. We've got in the chair for Hannah then. Arkady Aronov is in the chair for Hannah Martin. I've seen him working with quite a few of the young and up-and-coming American fighters.
United States,
he's definitely Americanized.
2 feet out there from Martin. Martin will probably be penalised for that, I would think. Bad on the edge. Well, she was lucky to get away with that. She needs to just be aware of where she is. She keeps drifting off towards the edge, and just a little bit lax there. She could easily turn backwards, back into the area. That's going to be a score. Leszki gets a score. Uchimata took her over, and now Martin onto the arm. Still plenty of time here. She looks to me just a little bit wary of her, Martin. Now needs to get out of there. So looking for the turnover from underneath here. Is she going to try and tip her, or is she going for the shimiwaza? I think she's going for the shimiwaza. She might be across the face though. Hannah Martin just needs to get out of there. Two minutes, 12 seconds still to go. Leski just ahead. Again, two hands on, two hands are needed. She's going to come unstuck here if she's not careful, Hannah Martin. Staying there just too long. She fancies it though. Ooh. Is she going to come round? Yes, she is.
Yes, now the top half. That's done now. Yeah.
Yes.
Shouldn't get out of that one now.
Well, this now is a great opportunity for Hannah Martin. It really is. Good readjustment.
Head down. Pushed into the ribs there. Yep.
This would be an excellent win for Hannah Martin. It really is. She'll be just so pleased with that. That takes her through to the semi-final. And it looked to me as if she was in trouble down in there.
On the ground.
Yeah, well, she was. And she turned it. She went round that leg.
Slipped from Leski. Leski had the better position, to be honest. But there was an error from the Slovenian. Martin was able to get around that defensive guard from Leski and then secure the Yoko Shiogatami.
Yeah. I'm really happy for her. I mean, because she really dug in there. Almost like she heard me and said, no, I'm coming round that leg.
I didn't think she was going to get past it.
No, she did really well, and then well to readjust. So readjustment of balance down there. Inewaza puts her into the semi-final.
Who is her likely opponent? Is it someone that is coming up, or have they already been? It's the upcoming contest between Daria Davidova of Russia and Busra Katipoglu of Turkey. It's Davidova in the white judogi, Katipoglu in blue. So the winner of this will face Hannah Martin. We've got, I think we've got the number one seed in the under 81 kilo category down on mat number 1, Neil. I don't know if you want to have a look at that.
Let's go.
It is, Mat number 1, we've got Nyamsurin Dagvasurin of Mongolia. He's up in his quarter-final against Sukhrob Tursunov of Uzbekistan. It's Nyamsurin in the white judogi, Tursunov in blue. There's no score as yet, half a minute gone.
He has some great techniques, Nyamsurin. He really has. He can explode from different directions.
Sorry about that. It's the first minute of golden score. Tursunov has picked up the 2 penalties. I misread the scoreboard entirely. Sorry about that.
Well, Nyamsurin, like I say, he can explode from different directions, but he's going to get a penalty now. So it's 1 penalty up to him. Of course, quite a partisan crowd here, as you can hear. But they want their man to win. Of course they do. Tursunov pushing forwards. It's not, by no means is it over, this match yet. Sianagi this time. Nyamsurin. They've got to make sure that the techniques are stable and that they have full rotation. Anything that drops, of course, has to break balance. Any kind of sacrifice throw, anything that drops onto the knees. Oh, now then, what a change of direction that was. Nyam Seren there came in for the Yoko Otoshi, and then he switched it to the other side. You don't see that in the Gokyo. Tursunov now in danger of getting the other penalty if he's not careful. He has to get on it. There's a left and a right Seoinage there from Nyam Seren. That's not going to be enough. Tursunov has got to attack, and two really good attacks there from Nyam Seren. Well, the crowd were baying for Nyam Seren, but Nyam Seren was the one that definitely did the attacks, left and right. Oh, that's a good one though. Oh, that was an excellent one. Tursunov pulls it back. Good match this. Not over yet. Nyam Seren, he gets a penalty. Well, I thought he did two really good ones before then, but anyway, he gets a second penalty, so now all evens. Anybody's match. Oh,
yeah,
he's got
scored.
it.
That G'd him up, didn't it?
It did. Nyam Seren, you know, for me, I don't know, I want to see that back in slow motion, but I don't think he got enough drive from the hands then, personally. But I mean, it was a good change of direction, but we saw a couple yesterday that were given, and they didn't quite have the change of direction with the hands, and so we said that you've got to really direct it with the hands. We'll see it back in slow motion just to see, and we might be seeing something a little bit different than Frank Wolf.
Frank Wolf gives a decision. There's a handshake and off they go.
Well, are we going to see it back?
Katepoglu, by the way, leads down on mat number 2 in her contest with Daria Davidova. We've got another quarter-final coming up here on mat number 1 in the under 81 kilo category. Kamolidin Rasulov of Uzbekistan faces Bakshan Abdullayev of Kazakhstan. Rasulov in the white judogi, Abdullayev in blue. Here we go. They've just changed some stuff there on that camera, so that's why we've got a little bit of a delay there. That's okay. It's all back in order now. Chief has got his hands clasped as though he's got it round someone's neck. I wonder whose neck it is that he wants to wring.
As long as it's not ours.
No, we're good. We're good.
Oh, look at that transition. Straight
just too high up, wasn't it?
Yeah, straight across the mouth.
At times, I think he wants to strangle a few of the camera operators. We're okay, mate. We're good.
This one to go through against Nyam Seren in that semi-final. Nice to see somebody from Uzbekistan through. Somebody in the later rounds. Oh, Sotogari this time. Rasulov and drops Seoinage.
Bushra Katepoglu has defeated Daria Davidova of Russia, so don't look down that corridor in a couple of seconds, Neil.
I'll try not to.
Because walking down there very, very slowly will be Grigory Suleiman. We don't want to catch his eye.
Abdullayev just had a little go at the Juji Gatami there, the virtual flying Juji.
We saw an amazing one this morning, didn't we?
Who was that scored that?
I can't remember. It's a Kazakh fighter, I think. It was a little flash.
Wasn't it Abdullayev?
Of him. Was it the same one?
I think it was Abdullayev.
Yeah.
So
Kazakh,
he just had another little attack at it there. Yes, beautifully executed it was. Oh, look at that. Yoko Toshi as well. He's got unusual techniques. Just pointed out that just some different techniques from different angles from some of these fighters, some of these Kazakh and these Uzbek fighters. Tajikistan as well.
Yeah, Neil in the preview this morning was talking about the region and the styles that you have here. So all of those countries ending in stan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, it's all around in this area. And then the big ones really was Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. Those are the two more prominent judo nations in the area. But Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, they still, put fighters out there.
Well, yeah, and just different ways of executing some of the techniques. Slightly different direction, slightly different balance, but just as effective.
When the Asian Championships are on, one can easily be misled into looking at the final, medal table, seeing Japan, Republic of Korea, Mongolia, and saying, well, that's it. They've had to get past all these guys first.
Absolutely. That wasn't a score. That was off the ground, that one. Still no score in this. There's no penalties either because they're both still attacking.
.25 after 1. Given that we're at the quarter-final stage here, my money is on about 2 o'clock. So, give our driver a call.
2 feet out. Abdullayev. Well, he might just get a penalty for that, Abdullayev.
Yep, he does.
Just drifted out. Well, the last time that happened, he came up with that incredible flying Juji Gatami.
Maybe that's the trigger.
Maybe it is. He's going to do it again. One more penalty and he could be in trouble here.
He's got nice throwing skills, the Kazakh fighter. Hasn't been able to employ them in this contest up to this point. Rasulov got a good defense, and he's the one who's been putting the pressure on. He gets a second penalty for the leg grab at the end. I think he applied that before they were in Newaza, and that's why he was given
and
that
I think
second
they just
penalty.
Applied it just before the time went.
Yeah.
As well, otherwise it would have been all over.
Well, his legitimate claim can be that he couldn't possibly be given Hansoku-make because it happened during the normal time, so
exactly,
he's okay.
That's what I'm saying.
He was lucky.
Just before, a second before. So watch out now, because he will have a little go. I'm not sure if it's on the wrong arm, and that's why he hasn't done it. But let's just see where it comes.
Not grabbing the leg now, though, is he? Look, he even dropped there. All sorts of technical things are being done whilst Neil and I commentate on this match. We're adding a second television. I wonder what that's for now.
We're going to take that one away.
Yeah. I rather like that one. 2 penalties picked up by Abdullayev. Rasulov just looking to...
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, close.
I think it was.
Puts him on his front.
Well,
however.
yeah, he landed on his front. It was a complete somersault.
Well, for me, Abdullayev in the golden score period is just shading it. what he wants to do is to put in another big attack here.
Well, just one score will do it, won't it?
And really put the pressure on.
A good match, this, isn't it? It really is. Balance of the match, terrific. Let them fight on, please.
Yeah.
Don't stop it.
I get nervous when the referees start to look. There's nothing to look at here. It's a nicely balanced contest. Now's not the time to be wondering whether your colleagues are going to say anything. You're in control in the middle. Don't worry about it.
Each rotation from that Cianagi. That's the second one, wasn't it? Just fell on his back there.
Yeah.
Possibility of a Shido there for Rasulov.
There's another thing that also needs to be looked at. How much of Rasulov's attacks are genuinely meant as attacks, or he's on the arm as well.
He's got it again. He's got it again, and that was on the right arm this time. Well, it's on the left arm, but it's.
It was close.
It was on the arm.
That
anyway.
was really close. He's good at that.
Yeah, definitely. He was on the arm that he favoured.
Good description.
Yes.
No chance of getting caught up there or confused. On the arm that was...
It was on the left arm that was right.
Right. Yeah.
Good for him.
I like that.
Oh, now then. Still think they should let it go.
Yeah, so do I.
I really do. And the referee, good referee. Excellent stuff.
You know, the fact that Rasulov was able to spot the entry into the attempted Sutemi-Waza quick and block it shouldn't in itself say that was a false attack.
No, exactly. No, not if it's blocked.
Good one. Good. There's another stab there. Really, that's 3 attacks because he's had the flying Jujigatami, the Sutemi-Waza, and that little Cianagi effort. He's back in this, isn't he? Abdualiev was the more aggressive of the pair. He tries to spin him again. Careful with that left arm.
Almost did it, didn't he?
You don't want that pushing away on the leg.
I think there's a Shido who should go to Rasulov.
Yeah, Rasulov is the one who's behind here. Yeah, that's it then.
No, it's not. It's Abdulaliev who's going to get it. And I didn't think that was... Did you?
Well,
I thought he was the one attacking.
The only thing that they could give it to him was for a false attack at the end. He's been attacking. We've been counting the attacks.
I know, exactly.
So
exactly my point.
As long as he gives the right penalty, which is false attack, if they thought that was a false attack, that's their business. But it's the leg. Yeah. And we were saying that. Well, we were talking about the possibility of him just pushing off with that hand. We suspected that he'd done it. They would have had a better look at it, a close-up, and normally they are given that information by one of the technical team who've spotted an infringement. So I tend to go with them when they make that decision. Right, who have we got coming up next? Catherine Unterwürzacher is up against Catherine Beauchemin-Pinard. The two Cathys go head-to-head. Unterwürzacher in the white judogi, Beauchemin-Pinard in blue. One with a K, one with a C. What else can I tell you?
Well, complete opposites here, these two. Left against right. Dominate that sleeve Unterwürzacher. Got to go in though, have to attack. Beauchemin-Pinard there, nice Sodi Surakami Gosh. Straight into the attack in Newaza. Tries the Jujigatami. trying the Sangaku actually, wasn't she? First thing. And tried to spin it over. Looking for the Uchimata all the time. Austrian. Well, the big problem, of course, is just catching that sleeve. Now, Boschman Pinard trying for the standing Seo there. Going to stay in the area. Oh, that's going to be a score. I think that they might get that, because I thought that even though it was more towards the front, it just about landed on the side. Yeah, they've given it. They've been scoring them all the time, so they've got to score it now. Into Bazaka, I thought.
İkinci tatamida Mirzohid Farmonov g'alaba qozondi. O'zbekiston.
Sianagi this time on the other side. Full match this. Boschman Pinard won't give up on this. She'll keep coming forwards. Into the last minute. Nice Sianagi there. Boschman Pinard again in for the Sianagi. Very, very close with that. Very strong. It looks strong as well. And it looks to me as if she's trying to throw as well for big scores. Well, now, Antipazaka just wasting valuable seconds here now. Well, that bell went before that Osai Komi, I'm afraid. I thought. Well, that was strange, because that definitely didn't seem like that was Osai Komi. The bell went and then the Osai Komi was called. That was a bit odd. I thought Antipazaka there all of a sudden found herself in trouble there, because the seconds were starting to tick up.
Tatami 1, the winner in white for Austria, Untitled. She will be in the semi-final for women under 63 kilo.
Antipazaka then goes through to the semi-final. So we've nearly got one more to decide semi-finalists now. in the under 63 kilograms.
The next quarterfinal for
Right,
women
coming up
under
next,
63.
Ekaterina Valkova of Russia. This is Mariam Udabayeva of Kazakhstan. It's Valkova in the white judogi, Udabayeva in blue. One of my picks for a medal at the Games in Rio, Ekaterina Valkova, and she unfortunately blew out. Wasn't quite as ready as I thought she was. Could be that this time round she's decided to have a go with the.
I've been watching it.
Yeah, well, I suppose she could also have been watching her teammate, although he's one of the fellas. Renat Saidov, the big man in the plus 100 kilo category. He likes a failed Tomoe-nage into the Jujigatami, isn't he?
It's a nice way of looking at it, isn't it?
Actually, it's Udigatami, isn't it, that they go into. Fails with one, and then he puts the leg over and he catches them that way round.
You have to ask yourself sometimes, is it just directly into the Jujigatami? Was their intention? But anyway. Oh, nice sumigaeshi there from the Russian, wasn't it? Valkova straight over, and she's in the Kesugatami, outside komi. Is it being held? No, it's not. Togata. Seconds weren't ticking anyway. Nice technique though, sumigaeshi there for the Wazari.
Good score. Udabayeva managed to get herself out of that without doing any more damage to the scoreboard. Meanwhile, on the adjoining mat, Gulnoza Matinyazova of Uzbekistan faces Taisia Kirieva of Russia. Matinyazova is a big hope for that's going to be Ippon as well.
Oh no, she landed on her side.
But that is going to be Hansoku Make for the bridge. Can't believe that.
They've let it go, haven't they?
That one, he's still looking at it. They've continued that without even having a second look.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do, isn't it? We can have a look at the referees there, giving it a little bit of... Valkova has the sleeve grip there. There was the sumigaeshi again from Udabayeva.
That was the score.
Just having a little look here at earlier Tomoe-nage from Volkova. Udabayeva using the head to come off the Tomoe-nage. And actually the referee didn't say anything at the time.
No?
Some of the judges were saying maybe. So now trying for the Jujigatami Volkova, and not tight onto the arm, not tight enough anyway. Two Wazaris on the board to do Volkova. One for the Tomoe-nage that have been all over. But anyway, I think that at least they could have looked at it again. So 42 seconds left in this match, quarter-final match, under 63 kilograms. Ekaterina Volkova is doing enough here. Doesn't need to do anything now. He's got a third score on the board there. Very comfortable win. Juji now. Oh, she's got the ippon for the Juji Gatami, just to finish it all off. Bit of behaviour there, had to submit. So looked like she was quite comfortable just to go the time, but ippon given for the Juji. Valkova will go through now to fight Antivazaka of Austria. The quarterfinals, the semi-finals, sorry, in the under 63 kilos category, Antivazaka against Volkova of Russia, Martin of the USA against Katondu of
She will be in the semi-final for women under 63
starting to work its way out, isn't it? Under 73 kilograms, final match. Nizhizhan Babayev of Uzbekistan against Valiev of Azerbaijan. Just about to take this match. It's a warm reception from the crowd. Tomanagi, Valiev. Valiev wanted to get round that leg. Hips across there. Valiev looking for the big throw, the big hip throw. Babayev there, of course, just managing to climb off. Well, Babayev here, backing Valiev up to the edge. I think somebody's going to go here in a minute. They're both gripped up. Both looking for the big technique, looking for the Kosoto. Oh, and he gets countered. Gabriel Wazari there, and Babayev gets the score for it. Big pick up from Valiev, and Babayev was the one that directed it back. Valiev then just starting to dominate this contest. Valiev still looking for the big score though. Oh, now was that taken against him? Well, Valiev thought that he got a score for it, but did he land on his shoulders? I don't think it was either. I didn't think he directed him enough. I thought it was a big technique from Babayev. But best not to give it. best not to give anything. I'm not sure. That's it. Well, you've got to be sure. If you're not sure, don't give it. Yeah, trying to get him backed up here. Babayev trying to stay in. He's going to walk onto something in a minute, Valeyev. Oh, that's a good attempt. Oh, he did go onto it. That was a good score. Well counted. So now 44 seconds to go. This is back and forth, isn't it? Still not over yet. Got another big technique in there somewhere, and I think that Valeyev is going to take it to him. No good getting him to step out. It's just a Shido. Needs to score. What a good change of direction there. He went left and then right, and just right at the end there, it gets another Wazari. That was a really nice combination.
Neil Adams was talking earlier on about that exact situation where you've got a fighter who's leading 17, 18 seconds on the clock, no penalty against them, and instead of coming up with 2 penalties, he comes up with a third score.
A third score, and again, he was backtracking and he was defending, but he did something positive from it. And that's what we want to see. And the positive thing that we saw from it was that he used his opponent's momentum against him.
Unfortunately, there are fighters like that a few and far between.
No, the thing is, and that's the whole idea about the rules, is that you would like everybody to do that.
It'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
But they don't.
It'd be lovely. Terrific work there. Right, who have we got coming up next? This is the next quarter-final in the under 73 kilo category. We've got Martin Hojak. Whoa, he goes over quickly there. Jahangir Alimadonov throws him. Puts him on his backside, however, so we're not quite sure how much of the scoring part of the body made contact with the mat. Enough for Wazari, so Alimadonov is on the board with Wazari after 15 seconds. Didn't hang about. See the first of the semi-finals coming up shortly. Hannah Martin of the United States of America to face Busra Katapoglu in the under 63 kilo category. Right, Alimadonov leading by Wazari the first minute, almost out of the way. Tap with Koji Gari to try and set up that low left-sided hip on Seoinage, but it doesn't draw Hojak in, and he manages to move just around to his left to avoid getting caught up in anything. Going to have to come up with some attacks, however. A little bit off the pace here is Martin Hojak. Now we've got a semi-final coming up on mat number 2, so unfortunately Hojak and Ali Mardanov, if you want to watch that, just click on mat 1, you're going to see that, but we're going to go down to mat number 2. Fagan Gulizada of Azerbaijan faces Sagimuki of Israel. Gulizada in the white judogi, Muki in blue. This should make for an interesting contest, given that we've got a high quality fighter in Sagimuki, albeit that he's fighting out of his weight category. Remember, Gulizada is someone who's come down from having a bit of weight on him. Well, he's come down from practicing with people who are heavy, because he practices with some of the heavier fighters in Azerbaijan, as opposed to the lighter ones. They've got plenty of good lightweights. Azerbaijan.
He's got some big techniques as well, hasn't he? And should be an interesting little test here for Muki. And if I was going to attack Muki, this is where I would attack him. That's a nice hold down there. Has he got him? Outside Komi.
Not yet.
Well, that for me is controlled. Ooh, not quite now.
Yeah.
My goodness, what a good bit of Newaza here from...
Now he can call it now.
Well, he's called it. He's called it. He's got side control here. Muki in trouble. Muki just manages to get out there. My goodness.
See, I think the referee's done the right thing there. What he said is, I'm not sure about this control. Let me see. Muki tries to move out 2 or 3 times.
You're right. He did exactly the right thing.
And he can't.
And he says quite right.
Yeah. He says, okay.
And you can't. The thing is that if you haven't got side control or top control, it is not Osei Komi. Yeah. So you have to keep saying Togata, and then
go again. And
go again. You have to do it.
So
you can't just keep it for the sake of letting the 20 seconds go. And you see a lot of people doing that.
Yeah. I think he did the right thing.
Little panic stations from Sagimuki, I'm sure.
Both fighters just getting a little bit nervous there and avoiding to take a grip. They both pick up penalties. I can understand why you wouldn't want to take a grip with Gulizada.
Well, I think it's the same with Muki as well, isn't it? I mean, he just blasts his way across. Watch out for the left Osoto Cianagi.
Sagimuki here is trying to rope the referee in. He's got one hand on. He's pretending to fish for a grip. But if you look at the lower half of his body, it's stuck out here, and he's away from him. If you want to take a grip, you're not bent away from you're just trying to.
I think the reason is he's seen how he's thrown with that Uchimata. He doesn't want to let him get close.
Keep his body away. Yeah. Gulizada, for his part, has got to be just that little bit more mobile. You don't want Sagimuki just standing there controlling the tempo.
Yeah, it's definitely Gulizada that's going forwards here.
That little drop there again. He's got to be so careful. The referee's got to be so careful not to fall into that trap of thinking this is an action. This is a series of actions. These are things just designed to look busy, because there was zero possible threat of him throwing when on the way down he was already beginning to cover up. 2 penalties again dished out. Neither fighter really doing a great deal.
No, they don't want to open up, do they? That's for sure. Now they're going to have to. One more and it'll be all over.
Gulizada should go for it here. He's the physically stronger of the two. He's got really nice throwing skills. And what he doesn't want to do is to get burned out, go into a golden score where, like we're seeing now, he's just not physically able to hold off Sagimuki any longer. He's been able to deal with him physically up to this point, but now his own fitness is going to come under question. And I can tell you, Sagimuki is going to be fitter than Gulizada, because traditionally, Azerbaijan has not been the top of the fitness level state for fighters.
No, certainly. I mean, if they lose it, it's in the latter half. There's the Osoto. That's going to score. Was Ari just at the right time there from Muki. 12 seconds just left, and Muki pulls it off. And it was Soto. What an opportune time to make a score. It's his first score of the competition, actually, and he gets it just at the right time. 12 seconds to go. Gilizardo will be absolutely, well, beside himself. Quick break fall there. Just, beside himself, because you can't write off big throwers, can you? It was a very good match between them, very tight. One attack was all it took to get the Boisari.
And whereas early on, minute 1, minute 2, minute 3, Muki couldn't get past Gulizardo's defence. He was strong enough to physically keep him out. He couldn't stop him there. Okay, it was just about a score, but it was the first time that he'd been past the defence, in strong attack, strong enough to come up with a score as well. Gulizardo couldn't hold him out. Right, back down to mat number 1 then, because there's a quarter-final contest going on down there. Anka Pogacnik of Slovenia faces Lana Dibrina of Russia. It's Pogacnik in the white judogi, Dibrina in blue. The repechage contest between Leshki and Davidova is on mat number 2. No score in this one, 1:40 left to go. I can't look left because, as I say, we've got the two fighters coming out now. As the coach, he's going to be upset. Luckily, they didn't make eye contact with us.
I just looked straight on.
Pretend you don't see him, yeah? I'm going to try that next.
Well, certainly Pogacnik, the closer with the scores here from Slovenia. Just dropping underneath for the Cianagis. Dibrina gets a penalty because of it as well, so she gets a second penalty. She's just behind on the attacks. Slow, wasn't it? The Tominagi was slow, didn't break balance.
Makikomi, not quite strong enough to trouble Dibrina that time round. The Russian able to block it. There's a bit of I don't know, it's not the power, it's the speed. You know, the fighters are able to see a technique developing and they're able to block it. She just ducked her head underneath. Got to come up with an attack now. The referee's already called Mate. I wonder if he's going to penalise her for that. No. Just managed to get the attack in time. It's a better effort.
Yeah, there. Soto Makikomi again. So several times we've seen the Soto Makikomi there. Pogacnik just managing to take her over for the score. 20 seconds to go. What a time to get it.
I don't think it was a question of it being any quicker this time round. It was a stronger attack. She'd wrapped more of the arm up. She got herself into a better position, got her body a lot closer. So when the roll came, Dibrina went over. Good score from Pogacnik. She picks up a second penalty there, 9 seconds to go. We've got to stay up nice and strong. Yeah, and for me, you know, that verged on the false attack because she really didn't threaten Dibrina with that.
No, it does, doesn't it? I mean, it's done for the wrong reasons, and also the grips are not strong enough.
If Mr. Trump had been there, that would have been called a fake attack.
Is that right?
Fake, that's a fake attack.
Getting refereeing.
Yeah, I mean, if you showed that on a replay, there's no chance that Pogacnik is going to threaten Dibrina with that. However, she was the one who came up with the single score of Boisari, and it's Pogacnik who goes through to the semi-final. We've got another quarter-final coming up now. Roxanne Taymans of Belgium versus Emily Suk of Denmark. It's Taymans in the white judogi, Suk in blue. It'll be Emily's birthday soon, I think. birthday coming up.
Well, like I say, she fought for 3rd place last week in Zagreb. I asked her at the airport and I said, "Are you happy with that?" She said, "No, I'm not happy. I wanted a medal."
Well, I say coming up. Month after next. So there's a while to go yet.
Well, it'll take. The winner here goes through to fight Tashkent of Poland.
Where's Pogacar? She's the number 1 seed, isn't she? Pogacar. Gershak Sabina is in there. What's happened to her then? Have you seen her? Can't see her name in the later round. That's unfortunate for her. Yep, semi-final she's in. The semi-final has yet to appear on the board, that's why. Pogacar, yeah, as Neil was saying, will face the winner of this one. Gershak will face Gulnoza Matinyazova of Uzbekistan.
Straight in for the Shimiwaza there, Taymans. And now switched it to the leg. Switched it to the arm, should I say, not the leg. Now, is she hooked in? She is hooked in now.
Yeah, try and free that leg up. It's the first thing that makes it weaker. Get the head away from that danger area.
Well, applying pressure now, Taymans, but couldn't quite get the leverage on the arm. 2 minutes 19 still to go.
I'd like to say that some of that was to do with excellent defence by Emily Suk, but I rather suspect that it had more to do with a fail in the application of the Waza,
not
I'm afraid.
enough pressure into the joint, you know, and again I have to keep reiterating that they've got to apply pressure into the joint. Has to be a complete catch of what they want.
Half the contest gone, still looking for the first score as Taymans moves off to her left, looking for a grip from which he can work something.
Yeah, pretty evens, isn't it, this match, really? No penalties, so both attacking.
Not quite the same kind of entry into that Uchimata from Suk as we saw
previously
with the Azeri. It wasn't a bad idea from Taymans. Wasn't able to complete, but just for a second it looked as though it had the right kind of shape. The shock tactic of coming up with something a little bit different. Suk was able to defend against that. Andrea Leshki of Slovenia has won her repechage contest against Daria Davidova of Russia. It'll be Leshki to compete for the bronze medal.
Yeah, just to explain to people that they have to get through. Anybody that gets through to the quarterfinals, they'll come. If they lose it, they come back down into the repechage final. They have to win that to be able to fight for third place. But if you get to the semi-final, you win it, of course you go through to the final. That was close, wasn't it there? Suk almost took Taymans over then.
Well, it was a big determined right arm that went over. The thing is that you could see that the attack was disjointed. You could see the three phases, you know, and you really want one. You want one thing that's a nice, smooth, flowing action that's all joined up. But there was the feet movement, the arm movement, and then the attempt to throw. You know, it was hasn't quite got it there yet.
Which matter from Taymans. Looks like this is going to go into golden score.
You know, when Suk competes against a much lower level fighter, she's probably got some nice technique. She moves reasonably well. That Tomoe that we saw there, again, the initial movement into it was okay, but it breaks down after that because she hasn't quite got the fluidity that you get from a really, high quality fighter. We know that she isn't. This is a better effect. It almost comes up with the push there for that Maggie Comis, the second stab that she's had at that technique.
Well, just looking over onto the other mat there, Hannah Martin has just gone through to the final.
Unbelievable.
The semi-final. Katapoglu got held down.
Again on the ground, Martin.
So again, looking for the Jujigatami there. Suk just managing to hold that off. So 52 seconds into golden score here, this quarter-final match. Anybody's now. Any score on the board will do it. Can't just flop and drop though.
That wasn't the strongest of efforts, was it? That's when you just want to put one hand down on your opponent and say, what was that? Make it look even worse. Hey, there you go. Yeah, poor position from Taymans there as she falls onto her side.
Well, she wasn't happy about that, Roxanne Taymans.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been happy with it because, it's 6 of 1, which is the... If we're going to say it's a dozen, if something's made up of a dozen, then it was 6 for Suk as far as the effort is concerned, and 6 gifting to Suk from Taymans, trying to go onto a side to come up with some kind of Satemi waza that was never going to be there.
So Suk through to the semi-final. She'll be fighting Pokaznik. So Pokaznik there of Poland. Fights Suk of Denmark in a semi-final of the under 70 kilos category.
They'll have long enough to walk back round a long way because they walk through that whole back corridor and then back to the warm-up area, and then they'll be calling them for that semi-final shortly.
They will indeed.
Right, we are watching a repechage contest on mat number 1 in the under 81 kilo category. Sukrob Tursonov of Uzbekistan faces his neighbor Bekshan Abdualiyev of Kazakhstan. Tursonov in the white judogi, Abdualiyev in blue. And Abdualiyev entertained us earlier on with a couple of...
Well, he's done it a couple of times, hasn't he? He's done it a couple of times. Flying Jujigatami. They've got that sleeve, they've got to do something off it. Winner of this, of course, will fight for 3rd place. Nice change of direction there. Made him think he was going forwards. And then took him for the Kouchi.
I suppose you played the lottery, do you?
Just the odd time.
Did you play it last week?
Yeah.
So you could be the winner of 169 million then.
Well, if I am...
Let me know.
my wife would probably be walking through that door.
Minute 50 odd left to go. No score yet. Penalty apiece. We're looking for the arrival of Mickey Adams any minute now.
You can help. If my wife is listening, and we have, just let me know, please.
If my wife had been listening, she'd be walking out the door.
Perhaps that's where she's gone. Never thought of it like that. I always thought we had such a strong marriage.
You see, you know, there are two sorts of people in the world, aren't there? Positive, and I'm standing next to Mr. Positive, and there's Mr. Negative.
Yeah, no, I feel really down now. I really do. Near suicidal, actually.
For me, yeah. I can sense the sympathy coming through. Still just a single Shido apiece as Tursunov is...
well, he pushed out there, didn't he? Definitely. Now, it should go to Tursunov, please. That's it. Give it to Tursunov.
Oh, no. Should have been... I think Abdu Aliev was manoeuvred out of the competition area there.
Out. Absolutely pushed out. Didn't give the right message at all, that, did it? Are they arguing? Are they discussing it?
They are indeed. I like to look down the referee's table, and one nods, one shakes his head. They look at the head referee, said, well, you guys sort it out.
Two penalties up there. Abdulaliyev doesn't quite know what is happening here. Is a little bit off just with the rules, and he seems to get caught, giving a lot of Shidos away that maybe shouldn't. Couple for touching the leg, using his shoulder and his elbows against his opponent's legs, so he's got a couple for that, and a lot of his techniques kind of lend themselves towards that anyway. But if you're going to do those kind of techniques, then you've got to make sure that you disappear back onto your back as a defense, and not stay there on the hands and knees.
Golden score period underway now with Abdu Aliev on 2 penalties and Tursunov on 1 nil.
Well, I'm going to say there's a semi-final up there on the other mat. Actually, that's a score from Abdulaliyev, I thought.
I think he just managed to get his elbow down at the last second. That's the only thing that would have saved him. Neil's quite right. There is a semi-final in the under 73 kilo category taking place on mat number 2. So we should really...
Well, we normally do, don't we? You know, we go for the higher rank. It's all about grade order, isn't it?
Right, so let's go down to mat number 2. If you want to continue watching the repechage contest on mat number 1, we're going to pick up the contest between Jansei Smagolov of Kazakhstan. He faces Mirzokhid Farmonov of Uzbekistan. Smagolov in the white judogi, Farmonov in blue. There's no score as yet. Smagolov has picked up a single Shido, and there's a little over 2 minutes left to go.
Well, I just watched Farmonov in the previous round, and he just got a score in the latter part. Oh, he's gone over this time, though. That was a good score. That really was. Smagolov there, Tayatoshi, just took him right the way over.
2 versus 3 here. The number 2 seed, Smagolov, versus number 3, Farmonov. So they should be reasonably well matched, this pair.
Well, again, you're down to the different styles here. Very low driving techniques from the Kazakhs and the Uzbeks, and it's really interesting because they can throw high as well. It just comes from a different angle. You look at the grips, and the grips are different as well. It's not your traditional sleeve lapel.
Just to let you know that Abdu Aliev has just Tursunov for Ippon on mat number 1.
Oh, it's about 2 minutes into golden score as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah, 2 minutes almost. 7 seconds short of 2 minutes. And Abdul Aliyev manages to come up with another Ippon. He's been a busy boy today. Just the single loss that put him into that repechage contest. He will fight for bronze, however, in the final block.
Smagalov now just slightly on the retreat. Farmanov coming forwards. Somebody else is going to go here. There's going to be another technique here. Just feel it. Right against left. Watch out for the Sakeshi. And the Sakeshi will be the slip from the hip. Oh, Sumigaeshi there from Farmanov. 28 seconds to go. Still time. Farmanov will come forwards. Uchimata! And it's going to be another score, is it? He's on the arm as well. Well, Farmanov had to really struggle there to avoid that arm lock. Good opportune stuff there from Smagalov, because as Farmanov was coming forwards, he nearly walked on to the technique. Well, he did walk onto it.
No, they've taken.
Well, they took the other one. I think they gave a second Wazari for the Uchimata, but they took it off. Oh, dearie me.
Close.
Big, massive Sasai there from Farmanov. Farmanov pushed forward, and it's all over. Good match, that. Really explosive stuff from both of them.
Smagalov just came up with the crowd silencer there at the end. Put the finger to these.
I'm not sure whether that was be quiet or I'm number one.
I think it was more of the former.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Silence the crowd. And there's another, behind us, there's a really, really big bank of seats, and it's a good crowd in there as well.
It is. It's just, well, the weekend, of course, but what a good match.
Enjoyed that. Right, we are going to go down to mat number one, because on mat number one we've got a semi-final in the under 81 kilo category. Nyamsurin Dagvasurin, I believe that is the Mongolian in the under 81 kilo category. The number one seed is up against Kamolidin Rasulov of Uzbekistan. It's Nyamsurin in the white judogi, Rasulov in blue. No score yet. A little over 2 minutes left to go, isn't there?
I tell you now, he was right the way between the legs there. He does the Sodisura Kamigoshi. He comes between the legs, and he can change direction to Kouchi Nyamsurin. So watch out for it, because if he connected then, he just needs to connect one time with that, and it's going to be a big score here against Bazilov. Just a prediction that Bazilov here is made for that technique. Good technique from him though. Nyamsurin there had to do some gymnastics to avoid that. I think that's the exciting thing as well about out here. Because they come out, even when you get domestic matches, they're still trying to throw each other. It's not like I know you, you know me. It's just let's open this up and let's go for it.
Yeah, we've seen some good attacking judo. Today has been considerably better than it was yesterday. It just stalled yesterday for some reason, but today's been pretty good. Enjoyed this.
Well, still think we're going to see something here, and I think if Nyamsurin just hits the target, and that's what they're trying to do. Remember that they're just trying to hit the target, the right place, right time. Not quite on it there. see exactly what he wanted, though, couldn't you? Well, if he does connect with it, it's going to be like Cape Canaveral. Good technique from Rasulov, though. Nice Ouchi this time, Niam Suren. Well, every one of these techniques is, or could score, couldn't they? So Rasulov giving it his all here. So close, isn't he? Just really is close. 5 seconds left. We're going to go into golden score. But I got to admit, I kind of want to see more of this.
Yeah, it's a good battle. Niam Suren and Rasulov. And we are going to see a little bit more. Niam Suren has picked up a single penalty. And Roland Poiga saying, hey, no.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, Rasulov wanted to tie his jacket up there. He went, no, don't do it.
He said, let's get on with it.
Well, is that on now? Has he got it? Has he fallen into the shimiwaza? Well, he was pointing to the chin there, Rasulov.
He's tiring now, Neil. Rasulov.
Giving it his all, though. You know, he really is. He needs to grip up with the other hand, but he's really having a go here. And what the crowd want, they certainly shouldn't give. I mean, I don't think we don't want any kind of penalty at this stage. Let's let them both fight. They're both looking for Ippon. There's a nice Ouchi there from Niam Suren. Another drop Sianagi from Rasulov.
Slightly better effort that time.
Yeah, there was more rotation, wasn't there? He is dying, though. It is definitely who has the best condition here now.
This is just at the wrong time for Niam Suren, really. You know, 5, 6, 7 seconds can make all the difference when you just hold your opponent off, catch your breath, and go one more time.
He wants to get on with it, Niam Suren.
He does, and Rasulov doesn't.
This might make the difference here now. Just the condition here. There's the Sodi.
He's got to get back up here, Niam Suren. Don't stay down there. Get back up and have another dig at him.
He might have pulled the hole down. He just needs, he's got the hold. He's got it.
Problems
got it.
now.
Outside Komi.
Good call. Strong enough to hold it. Done.
Oh,
he's tapped out as well.
Didn't have anything left, did he? Absolutely, he didn't.
Put the squeeze on.
Just a bit.
He did. He put the squeeze on. He tapped out. So just goes to show how much I know. I was saying he should stand up and have another go. You rolled him over, applied the Osai Komi, and that was that. But Rasulov, in that last 45 seconds, just nosedived as far as fitness was concerned. He was fit for 4 minutes. What he wasn't fit for was
anything more than
a minute and 9 seconds of golden score. That did for him. He went from nearly winning to just being swept away there in that golden score period. Well, we're going to stay here for the time being. because there's a golden score in a repechage contest down on mat number 2. So let's stay here and have a look at Catherine Beauchemin-Pinard of Canada. She faces Mariam Udabayeva of Kazakhstan. There's Beauchemin-Pinard in the white judogi, Udabayeva in blue. Just as I was saying that the golden score contest was going to continue down on mat number 2, I think that's coming to an end and there'll be a semi-final on there. And if there is, then we'll wander down there, but not immediately. We'll give them a couple of seconds and have a look at Beauchemin-Pinard and Udabayeva.
Pinard definitely looks physically stronger here.
Now, as ever, those of you who are watching and you know what we're talking about, if you want to watch the contest on mat number 1, click on 1 and you'll see that. But we are going to go to mat number 2. It's the last contest there. It's a semi-final in the under 70 kilo category. Gershak Sabina of Hungary faces Gulnoza Matinyazova of Uzbekistan. It's Gershak in the white judogi, Matinyazova in blue. An extremely popular fighter here in Uzbekistan, one of the only Uzbek women to feature in the later rounds, and the possibility that she won't be on the medal table is extremely slim. There's every likelihood.
Again, like you say, they do. Oh, look at that! She's straight onto the arm there. She was very close with that Juji Gatami. So direct attack there on the Juji. Yazova almost into the final straight away there.
Do you think Mark Pickering's arranged our transport? I wonder. Let's have a word with him. He always looks so focused, doesn't she, Gershak?
Yeah, but strong with her grip as well, Gershak. Big arm over the back there, but as we said before, it's just not enough. We've got to be able to attack from it as well. Now looking for the turnover for the Osai Komi Gershak. Wraps up the middle, or the midsection, but does well there. Matinyazova just holds off.
Just didn't get enough rotation there. The Hungarian coach was looking at that, saying that was a false attack. Matinyazova just escaping there.
I remember the winner of this goes through to the final. Uchimata this time. Yeah, almost, wasn't it? There was almost the tip scenario there from Gershak. Gershak now gets Shido for not attacking. Just trying to counter-attack.
Shame, isn't it? Because she was on the brink of being able to come up with a score. Immediately after that action, she picks up the passivity penalty. It's probably right there. All turnover possible.
Nearly got a turn there. Now what's going to happen? She's going to go again on it. Trying to just flatten her out, and just manages to hold off again. She knows about.
Coach realizes just how close that was. Matinyazova maybe not, the sharpest tool in the box as far as the Newaza is concerned. She's going to have to be careful down there with Gershak, who fancies her chances on the ground. The other semi-final is about to take place. Well, that's in the under 63 kilo category. Coming on to mat number 1, Catherine Unterwertsacher and Ekaterina Valkova. If you want to watch that one, they just walk past. We won't be moving. We'll watch Gershak and Matniazova. Oh, nice effort there. Just lost contact with the hands. Good turn, but lost contact with the hands.
Of course, she's going to run out the area then. Dominating the grip for sure, and manages to get Matniazova the penalty. So all evens, 20 seconds left. Well, this would be a brilliant thing for ladies judo in Uzbekistan, won't it? She gets to the final here. Of course, a massive advantage of the mixed team matches now, of course, is that teams have to think about equaling the power and the levels of the ladies and the men's team. So there's a lot of ladies going to benefit from it. She's got it. She got it. She sneaked it. That was terrific stuff, wasn't it, from her? Matniazova then goes through to the final, and that was a very popular win. Mistake there from Gershak.
Well, there's a chance here. Yeah. It just develops a little bit before that.
Yeah, Gershak made a big mistake, didn't she? She really did.
Yeah, she's thinking about 2 or 3 things, but unfortunately, she thinks about going behind at one stage. She realises that the opponent's turned. That's too late there. She has to think about a sasai here, but the ojigari is already on. There's the suspicion of that being an ojigari. And that's what brings just there.
Well, again, change of direction. That's what it's about.
So Matniazova goes into her 2nd Grand Prix final. The last time that she was in a Grand Prix final was last year here when she won it. So there's a good chance for Matniazova of Uzbekistan to retain her title, and I suppose that's why she's a little bit of a favourite here. She's well known now in the judo community. Catherine Unterwertsacher of Austria is on the mat now against Ekaterina Valkova of Russia. It's Unterwertsacher in the white judogi, Valkova in blue. There's no scorers yet. We've got a minute 40 odd left to go. Semi-final in the under 63 kilo category. I'll give you a rundown of, I'll give you a rundown of the different categories and see who it is that we've got. I haven't quite got that ready. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. We've got the bronze medal contests. Oh, not quite. Beksan Abdullayev of Kazakhstan will face Fagan Guluzada of Azerbaijan. It will be Sharofidin Boltaboyev of Uzbekistan to face Kamaluddin Rasulov in the 2nd bronze medal contest. And the final features Nyamsurin Dagvazurin of Mongolia. He'll be up against Sagi Muki of Israel. That's the under 81 kilo category.
That should be an interesting one. Almost a mistake there. Unterwertsacher there, big commitment into the left Uchimata.
Now, we don't know the bronze medal contest matchups as yet, and we don't know the final, apart from the fact that Gulnoza Matnyazova of Uzbekistan is already in the final. She's going to face the winner of an upcoming contest that we're going to see. That's between Anka Pogacnik of Slovenia and Emily Suk of Denmark. So rather than interrupt you with incomplete information, I'll hang on until we've got that the line up there, and we'll go back to watching Unterwürzacker in the white judogi, Valkova in blue, single Shido against Unterwürzacker with 20 odd seconds left to go.
Well, Valkova just trying to attack off the grip there. Unterwürzacker going forwards all the time. This goes into golden score, semi-final.
Golden score.
So this match just taking that little bit longer than the other one. The other one's all done and dusted. Kosoto, that's going to be it. Oh, she gets the Ippon. And Unterwürzacker there did a Kosoto, and Volkova, she knew it had gone. She's going to go through to the final then, Unterwürzacker. There's the Kosoto, just latches on, drives her backwards. What an opportune technique that was. Well, so many times there Volkov tried to counter, but this time she couldn't because the head was under control.
She will be in the final for the women under 63 kilo.
Right, coming up next, we've got in the under 73 kilo category repechage contest. We'll take a look at Telman Valiev of Azerbaijan. He faces Jakhongir Alimadonov of Uzbekistan. Valiev in the white judogi, Alimadonov in blue.
So looking for the Kochigari Valiev. That big arm over there again onto the belt. She was up. Valiev. And again, big arm over. Oh, looking for the Osoto this time. Well, I get the feeling that something big technique is going to happen here because Valiev dominating the grips. Arm over. Then he looks for the big technique, big hips across. That's going to be a score, is it? Not quite. I think he just sat him down there. Mardinov gets a Shido for not attacking. Well, so close here, Valiev. Every time he attacks here, he's almost catching him with the big score. Still think it's going to be a big score. Now he has that big high lapel. Now he's round the back. Ashiwaza again. Valiev just about to score. Got to give credit though. Oh, look at that. Osoto this time. Mardinov just doing well to avoid it. Was Ari given? Got the leg out, that's offside Komi. Now he's settled into the hold. Looks like it might be all over here. Valiev, nice bit of groundwork there, did the turnover. Oh, he's turned him out. Now then, bit of power going on here. Another was Ari, second was Ari given. Hasn't gone on the board yet. Valiev gets a second one. Well, definitely Alimadinov wants to rest. So Valiev not going to have any of it. Valiev looking busy, 20 seconds left to go. Well, that 2 feet out that time. Valiev should be a Shido for sure. Both his feet went outside the area there, just skipped out. Well, both feet went out again. Should give the penalty. I thought it was a penalty just before time. Should give it anyway, if he got it. So Valiev goes through to fight for third place. Mardinov there never really got into that.
We've got 3 more contests to bring you. 2 semi-finals, 1 repechage contest. The repechage contest is sandwiched between this first semi-final in the under 73 kilo category. It's actually the second of the semi-finals. Gyozjon Boboyev of Uzbekistan faces Martin Hojak of Slovenia. It's Boboyev in the white judogi, Hojak in blue.
Possibility of a final here for them. Second final. Well, you've got one, haven't they? Well, they can't catch the sleeve. There's their opposite stance. Wants to catch the sleeve, wants to attack there. Hujak just manages to slide off it. It's quite a lot of double lapel turns. A couple into the offside commies today. Uchimata now, change of direction as well there from Hojak. Arm over the back, Hojak, or both of them actually, same kind of grip. He's looking for the change of direction with the Tsumageshi. Just over halfway here. Yep, you can't do that. Well, you can't knock the grip off, and so that's why he gets the penalty there, Hojak. He had another penalty for doing the same thing actually in an earlier fight. So it's a couple of times now. He knew exactly what he'd done.
Spotted by the same referee, by the way.
Yeah, no, well, it just knew exactly. It was, wasn't it? It was Mr. Okada there. Oh, it's going to happen. That's going to be a score. Wazeri scored. Is he in the hold? He is in the hold there. Hojak just manages to go out. Babayev takes him right the way over there. My goodness. Well, he didn't quite, it wasn't quite the side, was it? He did actually. Yeah, it went, I think, backside first, but it actually, the side didn't hit the ground. Big technique. Tried to redirect him then, Babayev. Hojak was having nothing to do with that at all. Now we're going to see it. Uchimata. Well, he goes one way or the other, doesn't he? Babayev just manages to redirect again. 21 seconds left.
Well, it's been an exciting contest. Kept us on the edge of our seats for a while. Let's see if we can finish this off in style, in golden score.
Oh, Sinagi! Oh no, it was right the way over. That was a full somersault over. He went with the flow there.
This is a good call from the referee here because...
Well, he didn't call it, did he?
Well, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
He said, hey,
yeah.
I want to see if there's anything here. You guys have a look. Nothing there.
Like you said, it was a good
call.
No, it was a very good call. It didn't land on his side.
Yeah. Almost got turned. Good
at both of them, aren't they? It is. It's a good fight, this. Really good. Great technique, I've got to say that, Babayev. Excellent stuff. They both want to stay in as well. Well, look for that. Just too many times, hasn't he? Hasn't got the direction for it. Wrong angle as well.
He doesn't sell him on the first, feint enough. So by the time he comes in for that Satemi was a...
Yeah, well, he hasn't actually gone the other side, so it could be a change of direction. Well, credit to Hojak as well, because he's done well to avoid some of this stuff from Babayev. This is a dangerous situation. Here we go again, looking for the counter. That definitely wasn't. That was the referee's doing well here. I think he's not getting carried away by the crowd. Good call, really good. We start giving techniques like that for scores, and then we're in trouble, aren't we?
He's not being conned, is he?
No, exactly. Well, you can't.
2 minutes, little over 2 minutes into golden score.
Kosoto! Oh, he almost got it as well. And Hojak there. It was a counter to a counter, but he almost countered it back. It was terrific stuff. Well, now you can see now that Babayev, his head's starting to go down a little bit here, and it could be the one with the best condition. Best condition, guarantee the civilians have got excellent condition. So now, watch out for Hojak. Well, he looked for the Tanio Tosh as well, didn't he? Looked for the Tanio Tosh.
No power, was there?
Yeah, there wasn't. I mean, well, the thing is it normally he goes down to the leg, where that's the old way of doing it.
Don't know what they'll be clapping for, because there's no need to stop this. The only thing that he may do...
Well, it can't be Hojak, surely.
No, this is a good little battle here. So there's no stop. Yeah.
Well, we're just looking at a lot of the referees as well. Little discussions going on here, but I think he's playing it great here.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with Mr. Okada out there.
Again.
Change of direction again. It should be from the Uchimata, Sumage, Uchimata.
And I'm in agreement with that. If you've started that attack inside and you roll out, we leave that to continue.
Yes.
But you can't be outside and begin the attack.
No, well, they've said, we've said that you can't. Now then, looking for the pickup again. Hojak! Oh, my goodness me. Wow, what an absolute belter of a match this is. This is a terrific match.
3:25 into golden score already.
3:25 into golden score, and they deserve to be here, these guys. Oh! Oh, Koshiguruma! I tell you what, I'm glad these guys are not refereeing it, that's for sure.
Nothing to do here, just get on with it.
Mr. Jimmy.
They want to have a look at something to do with the head or whatever, but for me it's okay, get on with it. I understand you wanting to make absolutely certain, but there's nothing in this, let's get on with it.
So anybody's match, this is Hojak of Slovenia, Babayev. Well, obviously in front of the home crowd as well. And if anybody's just joined this, you've just joined at the most incredible time. Well, you should have been a little bit earlier, actually, about 7 minutes, 8 minutes earlier, because this has been going
great
on.
turn!
This has been going back and fro, it really has.
Do you know who's enjoying this the most?
No.
Jansei Smagolov of Kazakhstan, who's waiting in the final for the winner. He's just saying, go on, boys, just wear yourselves out.
Let's have another 4 minutes of this.
He's up for it. We're already into the second period of golden score.
Yeah, so 8 minutes gone of this contest. Reverse Seoinage this time.
Hojak could silence this crowd with another big Koshiguruma that actually comes up with a score. He was pretty close with that Koshiguruma the last time round. It was a good effort.
Well, if they go at this pace, then not going to be Shido! Oh,
no, he's onto his front, so there'll be no score.
It wasn't a score. Look at the crowd here.
All the amateur referees.
Yeah, all the amateur referees up there. Thank goodness they're not refereeing.
In the middle,
They've been over here a couple of times.
And the thing, what they're forgetting is that Hojak was the one who launched that attack.
They really, I mean, you've got to learn the rules properly, understand it. I think the difference is, I mean, if it was in, certainly now, you know, some of the interpretations of some of the new rules now, you've got to be absolutely precise with it. You know, contests are won or lost because of it.
.527 into golden score.
Well, you know, and that's the other thing as well, is that you couldn't have like that, for example, that's Seoinage, and then some of these landings. You know, if you could end it, if you know, the crowd would have ended it 3 or 4 times, and it wouldn't have been correct. Nothing about that as a score. So you know, you have to be clear, but you have to be fair as well, don't you? You really do. Just let the fight carry on.
Well, I hope they haven't seen something in the meantime when Hojak has been having some attention. You know, if he comes back and gets surprised by some action. You know, there are a few things to look at. He wants his head bandaged up.
Well, the thing is, he knows that it's the blood needs to be stemmed. If they don't stem the blood, well, he's been told to get on with it.
Okay.
Oh, he's got the second Shido. He's lost it anyway. Well, I don't know. He didn't fight it, did he?
No. But it's a most unfortunate end to what was an extremely engaging contest. And one of the difficulties that we have is that you and I sitting here, we know what that signal is.
Yeah.
Did you see it? I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it. I must have missed it.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of is from the Sianagi, the arm just went just below the belt line.
Right, we've got a repechage contest in the under 70 kilo category coming up now. Jana Dibrina of Russia faces Roxanne Taymans of Belgium. It's Dibrina in the white judogi, Taymans in blue. Always makes me laugh how after the event there are people walking up and down pointing at screens saying, look at that, it was clear, it's clear.
Wasn't clear for us, was it?
Wasn't clear at all. They've got the benefit of X number of replays from various angles, none of which, you know, we have. You can point out and say, oh, look at this, look at that, look at that. Well, you know, was there anyone in the crowd shouting up, all of whom wanted the Uzbek to win? Was there anyone in the crowd shouting and screaming, leg grab, leg grab? Not one.
They didn't see it.
So they didn't see it. You know, and they want that man to win. They'd be looking for things, you know, to give. So it's a rather unfortunate end for Martin Hoxha. It may be that when we see it given back, that it is clear on the replay, which is quite often the case. But to the naked eye, without having first, you know, even been told what it is, I didn't see anything.
So Taymans going forwards all the time in this match, this repechage final match here against Dibrina of Russia. Just putting pressure on there. Dibrina gets a Shido for going outside of the area. Trying to get past the legs here, Taymans. Well, at the moment, it's all Roxanne Tayman of Belgium, and now looking for the arm. So all over her here. Just needs to get a score. Two more contests, then this one and then the semi-final.
And then we'll give you a rundown of exactly who to expect in the medal matches. I've got one more sheet to fill out. I am absolutely the world's worst at filling out sheets, but I've had a go at it today. Should be interesting to try and read my
own writing.
Yep, I know, it's dreadful. I told you I was once accused by one of my school teachers of having writing that looked as though a spider had crawled through ink and walked across the page. I've shown him though, haven't I?
Exactly.
Got a job, mate. You will never find gainful employment, I'm afraid. Sheldon, young man. Shown him, mate.
Done very well.
No score between Jana Dibrina of Russia and Roxanne Taymans of Belgium. A single Shido picked up by the Russian, who's battling away in white. She attacks with Maki Komi on the edge. Grigory Suleiman is the Russian coach on the left side of your screen there. He's had a better go of it this week than Magomedov. No, Zirazudin Magomedov last week. I felt sorry for the Russian coach who had a succession of near misses and
well, it
poor
was
results.
A non-stop succession, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really. No, now look at this. Has she fallen into the hole? She's fallen into the hole, Roxanne Tayman. She just made a mistake. Now she got some leverage. I think she might be out there. That might be it. Togata.
Yeah. But Wazari's on the board, I'm afraid.
Well, that was just enough for the Russian there, and she just gave that away there, Taymans.
She'll be heartbroken.
Well, she is, and you can tell by the way she's looking there. Look at it, just gave it away, fell into that. She was winning it as well right the way through, but that went against the run of play, I'm afraid. And it doesn't matter how much you look at the clock, it's no Wazari look. So she's still got chance then. Taymans was absolutely right there. Still got chance to come back at this.
So the amount of time that was adjudged to have elapsed as far as the Osaikomi was concerned, not quite
10 seconds.
Yeah.
So Taymans now all of a sudden is just about winning this, but only because of that one penalty up against Dobrina. Dobrina though, good Makikomi attempt there.
This could all go wrong for the Russian here.
Oh, Sodagari, and that's going to be it. The Russian goes over. She attacked with Osoto there. Taymans just countered her. It was a nice attempt there from the Russian, but well countered there. And now Roxanne Taymans will be fighting for third place.
She'll have to face Gershak Sabina of Hungary. Can't believe it, can he? Look at Grigori Suleiman in the background, shaking his head.
Well, won and lost all within about 5 minutes.
She qualifies for the bronze medal contest for women under 70 kilo.
Well, we've got one more contest to bring you. It's the semi-final in the under 70 kilo category. Anka Pogačnik of Slovenia faces Emily Suk of Denmark. It'll be Pogačnik in the white judogi, Suk in blue. We just tidy up that jump that was placed on our table earlier. I'm not sure why that was there in the first place. Completely redundant, wasn't it? It was there all morning, Neil. What was that about? Right, here we go. A brave effort, a big effort needed by Emily Suk there. She almost gets caught with her own technique. She's rather good with that little Makikomi herself. Pogačnik made the first attack. He's the one with the white judogi and the white heavily strapped right hand.
Well, nice attempt at the Sodi Surakomi Gosh there, wasn't it, from Suk?
Again, the Makikomi effort from Pogačnik. Suk's got to try and sort that out, kill it early and make it look like a drop. Comes over on the other side now, right side this time.
Well, certainly been a good couple of weeks for Emily Suk, hasn't it, from Denmark? Well, good week. It's just a week ago, wasn't it?
Quite right. Well, she's still in the juniors, I think. Might be her last year of juniors. Or maybe last year was her last year. Could be last year was her last year. So that'll be it then.
Plenty of time. Just over a minute gone. A lot of mates in this match. Tomalegi! Oh, Emily Suk just manages to turn out. She gets the score though. It's a lovely Tomalegi from her. What a time to pull it out. This could be a big opportunity here for Suk.
That was the third Makikomi effort, and it was the weakest.
Well,
of the
it's
three.
because it goes further and further away, doesn't it? And she's going to get a Shido for that for sure. Well, you can't not.
It was lenient there. I was going to say that
penalise that. You can't. You have to penalise it.
So that third Makikomi effort was, yeah, again, it's too far away here. Really need to make her pay for those efforts.
Well, still got a long way to go yet. It's just halfway through the contest, exactly there. Well, she's definitely got the measure of that, hasn't she, Emily Suk, now? And I think that might be one penalty up to Pogashnik. Doesn't get it. 2 penalties up there to Emily Suk. So she's got to stay, no mistakes now. Got to stay focused and make sure that every technique that she does is strong. She's too near the edge. She's going too near the edge all the time.
Well, there are a couple that she can avoid. False attack and a step out. Got to keep those away. And then, of course, you know, gripping infringements, avoiding to take a grip. The passivity one, well, that's timing. You know, you've got to, it's a feel thing to know exactly when you need to put your attacks in.
Well, it really doesn't need to do anything silly now, just needs to be careful of the edge. She's got that well taped, so that's not a problem. It's got a minute to go. Just carry on as she's been doing for the rest of the time.
Now, the pattern has been that Pogachnik will attack first. Suk's got to break that pattern up. Slow Pogachnik down in this last minute. But she's reactive, you know, she's not the first to attack here. Those little foot taps aren't attacks.
50 seconds left. Quick look at the clock there. Emily Suk.
Grand Prix final beckons. You're 40 odd seconds away. You have to get everything right now. Within this last 30 seconds, one big attack will remove one of the possibilities of a penalty.
Well, and it needs to be in the centre, just doesn't need to drift to the edge. Why take chances now? Stay in the middle. One really strong attack. Be positive with the grips. There it is, and it's a good attack as well.
And now on top, this is it. They can burn the clock here. Missed out on the chance of keeping Pogachnik down on the ground. You shouldn't pick up. So we've removed one of the possibilities of a penalty. That's a passivity. She could get one for an overly defensive posture, step out or drop. But apart from that,
I thought that was a good attack on the edge. 6 seconds to go. Now she needs to.
That's it. Done. Done.
Really happy for her. That was an excellent win for her very first Grand Prix final for her, and well, great for Denmark.
Right, that's all the judo that we've got from the first part of the day. Neil and I are going to try and decipher the handwriting that is now in front of us. It happens to be mine, so that should be...
My goodness. They were right, weren't they? He was right, your maths teacher.
Right, into the final of the under 70 kilo category goes Emily Suk of Denmark. She will face Gulnoza Matniazova of Uzbekistan. The bronze medal matches feature Roxanne Taemans of Belgium. She will be up against Gershak Sabina of Hungary. It'll be Taisia Kirieva of Russia to face Anka Pogacnik of Slovenia in the second of the bronze medal matches. 1 down, 3 to go. That seemed to be okay. Let's have a look at the under 63 kilo category. We'll do the bronze medal matches first. Catherine Bushra-Pinard of Canada faces Busra Katapoglu of Turkey. It'll be Andrea Leshki of Slovenia to face Ekaterina Valkova of Russia. And the final is between Catherine Unterwertsacher of Austria and Hannah Martin of the United States of America.
Should be a good one, absolutely.
Suk and Martin, training partners here, warm-up partners, both made it to the final. What a party that is going to be.
What a party
tonight. What a party that's going to be. Right, the under 73 kilo category, the bronze medal matches. This is going to prove slightly more taxing, I think. Telman Valiev of Azerbaijan to face Mirksahid Farmanov of Uzbekistan. That's the first of the bronze medal matches. The second faces Kikmatilok Turaev of Uzbekistan. He's up against Martin Hojak of Slovenia. And the final is Gyostin Baboyov of Uzbekistan. He faces Jansei Smagolov of Kazakhstan. Okay, we've got the under 81 kilo category. The bronze medal matches will feature Bekshan Abu Aliyev of Kazakhstan. He's up against Fagan Guluzada of Azerbaijan. The second of the bronze medal matches features Sharafidin Boltaboyev of Uzbekistan. He's up against Kamolidin Rasulov of Uzbekistan. An all Uzbek bronze medal match here. And the final is Nyamsurin Dagvazurin of Mongolia. He's up against Sagimuki of Israel.
Should be a good one as well, shouldn't it? Exciting stuff. Two big throwers could end the whole thing within a point.
We look forward to your company at 5 o'clock. It's 20 past 3 here in Tashkent. But from Neil and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Bye for now.